Hey everybody, Cray here. Welcome to stream. Just again, real quick, if I didn't come out clear since I've had a few times where it's happened. Hey everybody, welcome to stream. So yeah, back on Let's Go. Trying again this shiny hunt after so long. I want to try and exhaust more time on this attempt and try to get this stupid Kadabra that I failed to get last time. I'm really angry over how things turned up. Excuse me. And I wanted to give this my all this time. I had a lot that I was dealing with when I did this the first time. I was trying to beat, I think, 2 or 3 games, maybe more. Still trying to plan for other stuff, and I just didn't feel like my timing for this was great, and I didn't expect that to end up going on like 4 or 5 days without anything happening, so yeah, I'm gonna try this again. We're going to take more time though. You didn't miss out on much, by the way, if you guys were seeing that. I just caught the first Kadabra off stream so I could go ahead and start the chain with a little less time consumption than not having to wait on them to show up. But yeah, we're putting in the best foot forward today, and really all of our forward streams of this really, or my wording's sounding fine, but whatever, yeah. I'm going to be putting in a lot of attention toward this shiny hunt now, for real this time. I think I'm comfortable where I'm standing right now to keep going with this, even if it takes a month, and I would pray to God that we wouldn't need that long to catch this thing. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know, there's a few things I want to talk about. I mean, some of these are points I might bring up again later. Actually, there's a slight concern I have coming, like I'm on my games that I'm going to be buying in the future. Or already bought, I guess. Let me see. I should be able to see it if it's on my menu. That may be buried behind all my other games I've played. Yeah, it is. Let me see if it's where it's at in my software. This. I have seen a lot about that. I'm not closing my game over it. But that's supposed to be releasing in, I think, like 3 to 4 days, and people have, like, started to get their copies. I've heard numerous reports of, like, there being issues in the game, especially the Switch version, and things about the frame rate being inconsistent and it not playing amazingly, like there being a lot of weird issues that shouldn't be present that apparently weren't there in the GameCube version. I never played the GameCube version, so I can't really comment on how it'll be, and I don't know what to expect, but I am gonna say that's not a good sign when I'm hearing all this about the Switch version not working well. It brings me to like a point that I think I brought up, but I mean, it doesn't hurt to readdress this because it's something that happens a lot. I swear devs half-ass their Switch ports for some reason. Maybe because they're looking for a quick cash grab, I don't know. Feels like it happens too often, or you see something release on Switch and it's just not as good as the other versions of it. I don't know. I hope it's good. I'm used to seeing a lot of really bad Switch ports. I don't think I've actually picked up any Switch ports I didn't like, though, as far as I can remember, but you can hear about all the horror stories and all the terrible games on the Switch eShop, and there's a lot of junk, to say the least. Actually, this brings up a topic I'd like to talk about more, though. I think this was a thing that's been going on for a while, or it may already be well over now, but there was like a thing where, what was it? Was it Europe? I don't remember what country. Maybe it was all of Europe. Like, it took Nintendo to like Europe took Nintendo to court, I think, over this. And like, it was about offering refunds for like pre-ordered games, I think, or maybe it was just non-digital games. I'm not sure I remember. I don't recall what the ruling was either. I don't think Nintendo lost that, though. That annoys me a little bit. I hate that Nintendo gets a pass on so much shit for being just one of the big companies that people like, and all because nostalgia people will defend Nintendo blindly. Sure, they make some good games. Nobody's going to argue that, but they're not infallible, and a lot of the fan base loves to pretend like they are. I don't know. There's some things I really don't like. That's not the only one, obviously. You want to open up another can of worms. I'm playing this game again. I'm using a third-party Joy-Con, actually, and not one of my normal Joy-Cons. Because all of my Joy-Cons have got Joy-Con drift. That is something that really bothers me, and I'm pretty sure there actually has been a court case over this. Like, somebody made, like, a lawsuit and, like, brought Nintendo to court over it. Unfortunately, it seems like I don't know, like, legal terms extremely well, but I think it was, like, said they had to, like, case back in arbitration, something like that. It's not something that's, like, simplistic to understand for somebody who doesn't really know fuck all about how courtrooms work and how all these issues work. I knew this was going to be, like, a thing where it wouldn't have been easy to, like, for whoever decided to do something to, like, stop Nintendo. I'm glad somebody finally made the movement to, like, stand up and say the Joy-Cons are really shitty, faulty hardware. Large chunk of the user base is experiencing problems with them. This needs to be fixed, and it's kind of annoying how they just got let off the slap on the shoulder right now over this. It's like a genuine hardware problem that's just being completely ignored. I think I've seen people come onto my streams before, and when I talk about it, it turns into, like, people going like, oh, Nintendo offers free repairs, so you send them back in. I don't know how many of these people actually bother to, though. Also, there's a lot of people who will, like, come on the streams and it's not on the streams. I've seen it happen a lot. I think I might have a few people who've done this, but, like, come up and say, like, oh, my Joy-Cons have never had any drift. There's no problem. I don't know what you're talking about. It's like, yeah, there is. Just because you don't have it doesn't mean the problem doesn't exist. It doesn't mean that other people aren't experiencing it. You shouldn't just dismiss it because you don't have it. I don't know. It's not a fun thing to think about, honestly. I hate that so much that they've just ignored it. And they have gotten away with ignoring it because the Switch has sold so well. I think I've heard, like, both Microsoft and, or actually really I've seen this, like, the mention, I'm sure it's true, like, both Microsoft and Sony would probably get fucking destroyed by their fan bases. They ended up putting out, like, shitty, faulty controllers that had drift problems, like, on this level. I know that any controller with a stick can encounter drift problems, but the Joy-Cons are on a whole nother level, like. I think every pair of Joy-Cons I've owned, besides the one I'm holding right now, or the two I'm holding with me, I've got the third-party ones, I've had drift in some form or another. And this one is probably because it's not made by Nintendo, but a third party. That's not a good sign. Like, I've seen a lot of my friends who've actually, like, brushed this issue off too, and I think it's partially due to these people playing in, like, docked mode. I don't actually know. I mean, I'm not saying anything wrong about my friends, they're good people, but like, another streamer I know, Melee Kirby, I talked to him about this issue, and he mentioned that he never uses the Joy-Cons, and, like, said he's never experienced it. It's like, that doesn't really matter in the context of this argument. The Joy-Cons, and, like, I'm not even gonna argue about using Joy-Cons wirelessly playing games. I'm talking specifically about using it for handheld mode. That's, like, one of the main advertised features of the system. And you can't even do that without drifting problems? Yeah, that's messed up that they won't fix that. That bothers me a lot. And I've even heard about like Switch Lite having drift problems. Also, nobody's watched. I don't think anybody's like watching and saying anything about it right now, but I feel like I need to address this because somebody will probably comment on this otherwise if I don't talk about it right now. I mentioned the repair centers Nintendo has, and how they were doing like the free Joy-Con repairs. How many people who like said to just send your Joy-Cons to Nintendo actually tried? I'm convinced it's not very many. I have had, like I said, basically all my pairs had Joy-Con drift, and I remember I sent my, like, at least one pair, maybe it was two, in for repair. Both of these Joy-Cons, and I don't know if it was a day, actually I think one of them might have been, like, very, very shortly after, or like, I think it was a day on one of them, and maybe a week on the other, they got Joy-Con drift all over again, which basically just means the fucking problem was not even solved. So that's basically telling me if I send my Joy-Con in, not only will the drift not get fixed, I would have to keep sending it back in and like paying the fee just to get it fixed. There's like another thing that I mention, I should see like really commonly when it comes to Joy-Con drift, and I need to bring this up too. Hi there, I'm not even sure how to pronounce that. CY? Okay, I'll just call you CY. Hi there, welcome to stream CY. But yeah. I bothered to bring this up. I know it's a little bit ranty right now, but I feel like I need to address this can of worms in full after bothering. Okay, where was I? I got distracted on the Joy-Con drift thing, like where I was actually talking about. Oh, right. One of the most common things I see for, like, fixing Joy-Cons is people recommending, like, contact cleaner to blow under, like, the sticks and try to clean it, and I have tried this on multiple occasions. I think I've been doing it completely right, but even when I get help from it, there's help from other people getting it done and, like, try it, like, it never fixes the problem, or if it does, it's like only a temporary fix. This is not how a product should be designed, where you pick it up and then like a month later you risk it developing drift again. I don't know. Funny thing, I think there was like a new model of, it wasn't like a huge change, like a new revision of Joy-Cons released some time ago. I don't recall when, but somebody like actually opened them up and checked out the Joy-Cons, and like the way the stick was built was like actually changed a little bit. I think it was like how the spring holding the Joy-Con in place was like tampered with to like try and use a new fix to see if they could stop the dust that collects in the stick, and I'm pretty sure there's been like reports of those Joy-Cons getting the Joy-Con drift as well. I don't know. That just feels bad to me, thinking like all mine have gone bad. I don't want to risk buying anymore because I don't want it to happen again. That really, really just says a lot about it. Like one of the major problems of the Switch. I don't know. In general, there's been some, like, things that Nintendo's done with the Switch and this generation as a whole that I haven't, like, completely agreed with. I haven't found very great, but I mean, whatever. Let's see, what do I want to talk about, actually? I'm sure there's some people here who are... I've had somebody do, like, the same thing on another stream, and I'm going to address this right now. I might have to address it again, but... Some people, like, bothered me about, like, oh, why aren't you just playing Sword and Shield? I don't want to play Sword and Shield. I didn't really enjoy my playthrough, and it was alright, I guess. I pretty much got pressured into playing it by somebody on my Discord, and I should have stood up and just said no and, like, refused to play it, and decided to just get it anyway and check it out, because there wasn't anything coming out game-wise, so I gave it a chance. I feel like I wasted my money on it, though. Since I bothered, though, I'm probably going to end up getting the DLC at some point and try to get my money's worth out of the game. I actually thought about, like, going into Isle of Armor, like, after I got done with the shiny hunt and, like, checking out the story. I just don't think I'm going to right away. Maybe I'll do it soon. Maybe I might not actually do the DLC, but I'm probably going to play it at some point. My schedule, it really is a little bit packed at the moment with games. On the other hand, though, things are looking up. I can say with all certainty I'm liking my outlook for my next few, for my games I've already started. I'm willing to delay the SpongeBob streams a little bit since I mean, I don't have any reason to play it. It's a remaster of an older game, so whatever. There's going to be other people who've already played it, or other people streaming it probably. I mean, I don't feel like it's a necessity to stream it day one. If I can, I will. Let's see. I also have another game I need to finish, actually. AI, the Somnium Files. I've been streaming that quite a bit. I enjoy that game a lot, and I think I'm, like, very, very soon, maybe, I want to do next week, and I would say, I don't know for certain, but I want to get done with the game. Of course, that all depends on how this goes. Like I said earlier, I'm basically locked into playing this game until I end up getting my shiny, which bothers me. That's like one of the biggest complaints I have with this game is the fact you can't, like, save your chain and turn off the game so you can switch games. I just want to be able to, like, play something else and come back to it, or at least have the option. And I don't. That bothers me a lot. But whatever. Let's see. Where was I? I got distracted. Yeah. I wanted to add the Somnium Files and finish that next week, but I'm not really too worried about where my game schedule is at the moment. I've got, I think, 2, maybe 3 games I'm playing. I can only remember 2 right now, though. Being that, and then there's the Wonderful 101, and I've like, actually chosen to do my streams of the Wonderful 101 in, like, a certain way where I only stream it once a week so that I can, well, I'll be able to enjoy it well, and also it'll be, like, easily paced. I'm also watching one of my friends play it, so this way I can, like, sort of watch their playthrough more while I continue mine. And I won't be, like, going too fast, although, to be honest, I'll probably beat the game before they do, because, frankly, I have, like, 3 streams left, and that's me not even rushing it. Let's see. Yeah, okay, there's SpongeBob. On the bright side, there is, like, one, like, really good outlier to, like, how things are going right now with this Pokemon Let's Go. Like, these sessions I'm planning, if I can get this, and if I can try to get this over quick. I actually will be able to stream another game, but at the moment it's only going to be one other game, I think, because I was actually planning on starting a Paper Mario 64 stream, like, relatively soon. In fact, I wanted to do it for a while and just hadn't had it ready yet. And because I'm emulating it, it won't be on Switch, obviously, even though there's no way to play it on Switch anyway, so yeah. Excuse me, allergies not been going over great today. Oh, I thought about not even streaming today. Ugh. Anyway, yeah, oh yeah, it's gonna be on emulator. I'll have no problems setting it up and streaming it, hopefully. I mean, I've been preparing it for a while and I haven't got it ready. Actually, I wasn't sure I wanted to stream today or not. That brings me to another complaint I have. I feel like I might as well just bring it up. I mean, have some stuff to talk about. Something, I don't, just like always think in Pokemon, I don't remember, like, paying enough attention to it, but in this game, getting, like, extra money for shiny hunting actually takes quite some time. Like, I think the fastest method might actually be to go and grind the Elite Four over and over again, which is not very useful. It takes a while to get like enough. You might ask why. I can explain it like really quickly. I repeat the same thing every time I do shiny hunting, which is I'll get up to 999 Ultra Balls and I'll get 999 Max Lures. This way I'll have like plenty of Pokeballs I can use and also plenty of lures I can use without issue. That way I'll just have like enough that no matter what I won't run out and I'll be able to keep them going. If the hunt goes so badly that I have to use all the lures, that's not a good sign, though. That doesn't happen very often. In fact, I don't even know if I've had that happen, like, more than maybe once. Oh, fuck, my allergies are bothering. There's something else that's been bothering me. I'm gonna wait and talk about it more later, but I guess I can talk about it now. So, I talked about how I got a new cat recently. Things have gone not great. I've been interacting with her every now and then. She was actually a kind of feral cat, not like really bad, but like she was kind of wild and she didn't have any other like brothers or sisters, I'm pretty sure, and well, for adopting her for like I don't know, it's like 2-3 days ago, I want to say, like she started to get like really tame and calm around me, and then like she would stay near me and be very, very friendly and like even come up to my bed and like cuddle near me, and like now all of a sudden things have gotten like not great. I think it might just be that I'm like a little worried and might accidentally rushing things a bit, but like this cat has like started avoiding me for some reason. I can still interact with her some and I can still pet her when she's like lying down or eating, she'll still be fine with it, but like she has been like continually avoiding me. I don't know, maybe I'm like rushing, trying to get through the relationship. I've been like trying to get this cat to like calm down and acclimate to its new home a little too fast, I don't know. It just worries me because I was like really friendly with this cat and now all of a sudden it's avoiding me and I don't know what I did to make her upset. I'll be honest, I have had to use like a spray bottle, not really something I wanted to do, but it was like more of a thing where it's like, well, she's not really learning from life and she's is doing something wrong and not really stopping when I try to make her. Like, she would get on my keyboard. I don't really want to spray her over that, and I sprayed her like once or twice over it, and also she would like attack my feet sometimes, and I eventually just had to get the spray bottle out because nothing was really stopping her when she would continually do it. I've been trying to avoid having to use that spray bottle on the cat. I don't enjoy having to use it in the first place. I do worry I'm scaring her, like I don't want to have to punish her and make her feel scared of me. I'm just trying to get it or stop doing bad habits and nothing like seems to work. So it's like, well, what do I do about this? Let me think here for a second. There was something else I was meaning to bring up, actually. Oh yeah, there is another problem that's been going on with this cat. It's like a little on the lesser side, but it's not something that I've been happy over. And that was like, well, for the first few days, I've been keeping her in my bedroom with me because I wanted to try to make sure she got tamed up easier. Well, to put it lightly, she would get on my bed and she'd be fine a lot of the time, but she also, being a cat, they like to mess around and do stuff, and sometimes they don't get the idea when to stop, and this cat would, well, I mentioned the keyboard thing already. That was already a problem I didn't like, where she'd crawl on my keyboard and like start causing spam to get typed out by her walking all over it, or like start opening shit by messing around and not getting off the keyboard. That was annoying. But that wasn't the only problem. I would, like, try to sleep, and then this cat I don't know if it's because she just wanted to be close to me or what. I don't know why she's like not afraid of me lately, but yeah, she would get up on the bed and she would start messing with me sometimes too. Like she would start poking me or like sometimes come and bite me randomly. I didn't like it and it got annoying really quickly, and quite a few times it ended up me picking her up and putting her off the bed only for her to climb back a little bit later and continually do it. On top of this, I have not been sleeping well over the past few nights. It has been like not good at all. Like my sleep has been kind of shitty. I feel like I've got like 4 hours most nights. I think partially due to this cat like keeping me awake. I decided today when I was like doing stuff to just move her out of the bedroom and move all her stuff out, because I do like the cat, but I feel like all the problems that have arisen from me keeping her in my bedroom don't really outweigh the risks of like keeping her in the room. And while it's nice to have interaction with her and like also to let her on the bed with me, she does not get the hint to stop touching me and crawling on my keyboard. Whereas if I keep her in another room, that's not really a problem anymore. So I decided to move her into my living room area earlier today because I just didn't want to keep putting up with the problems, to be honest. It got a little annoying after so long, and it was like, I can't keep doing this. I will not be sleeping well. I've actually had insomnia issues before, and I talked about it on stream. I don't want that coming back, not in the slightest, so I'm trying to avoid letting that happen. I had lay down like after I woke up, and then I'd try to go back to sleep. I didn't go back to sleep half the time. Yeah, some bladder problems of some sort. I've tried to get that checked out. I don't know if there's anything I can do. I think I got like one and like prescription for that eventually, and it ended up like it started making my legs burn like really badly, so I had to like keep the off the prescription because it was like hurting my leg to take it. Ugh. Honestly, I wonder how many doctors are even still open during this pandemic now that I bring that up, because I actually should try to contact my doctor and see about whether or not I can get another prescription for my sleep medication that I use. I thought I had something I was wanting to bring up and I don't remember. So, just gonna talk about this for a little bit because I don't have a lot to talk about for it, but like, I noticed today there was like an EA event that happened. I know a lot of companies have been doing like little things since they've been... But yeah, a lot of companies have been doing things since E3 was canceled to like try to keep a little bit of the magic from E3 going. Like, there was the PC gaming show, the PS5 stuff. Also, EA had like their press conference thing today. Let's see. I think those are the only ones, actually. I'm not sure if I missed any. There might be more that haven't happened yet. Let me see. Those are the only ones I know about. I thought I heard something about Sega, and yet I haven't seen any presentation from Sega. I guess we'll find out in a few days. I don't know. I don't really like EA a lot, to be honest. I haven't watched their thing. I didn't really care enough. Maybe I'll go back and watch it later. I've actually been contemplating, like, doing some streams where I just do, like, YouTube stuff, or, yeah, do YouTube stuff, and maybe I could use that as an extension to, like, watch these conferences and do whatever, like, what, if you want to call them conferences, whatever. Like, watch the PC gaming show, watch PS5 event, and then maybe watch this EA thing as well. Hold on a second. I need to actually... Oh, okay, chat's working, just making sure. I'm gonna, like, really quickly test my Discord, make sure my stuff's working. It's been a problem for a while where my YouTube links have not been working on Discord properly at all. Like I think anybody who's been in my Discord could probably see it where I link my streams. I'll link it and it just turns into like this weird broken link that only links to the YouTube main page instead of like, or at least it shows up as a link like it's YouTube's main page and not actually a link to my live streams. That's been bothering me. Oh my god. Controller, please go the way I'm trying to toss the Pokeball. Yeah, it's been bothering me for a while. I think I know what's wrong with it. I think I need to, like, request a custom URL. Maybe that'll fix it. I don't know if that'll actually get the job done. I'm gonna look into it. I keep saying I was gonna check it out. I have been, like, stressed over my new cat, though, so I haven't been bothering to, like, do much outside of just taking care of this cat. Every day lately it's been me just, like, really, really busy. Point where I was like feeling like total shit today and was like debating whether or not I wanted to stream any. Okay, let me take just a second. I said I was going to do something with Discord and I actually need to check it so I can see if I can... Okay, it looks like it's working correctly. Just give me a second to link this and then I can get back to chat. I'm sorry if I've not read any messages from anybody who posted. I just want to make sure everything's good. Okay, there we go. I think we're all good. Let's continue now. 1 second. Okay, I'm gonna get my window back open since it linked. Started. Hey, Anime Traps. Like I said, sorry if I didn't read any messages earlier and I left. I mean, whatever. I guess it's not a big deal. I'm a little bit upset that I didn't, like, answer back in time, but whatever. But yeah, welcome to the stream. Egg hunting can't be shiny on the third egg. Yeah, I don't really know the Pokemon and like Sword and Shield extremely well. Same with the expansion pass, because like I said before, I actually skipped out on 2 generations and... Oh, fuck off, game! Are you shitting me? All that had my chain broken. Oh my god, that pisses me off. I should have been paying more attention to my screen. This is what I get for fucking trying to use Pokeballs, I guess. God damn it. I wasted so much of my time catching these guys, and then this happens. Oh, I could scream right now at how annoyed I am, actually. That was like number 21, too. Ugh. Let me think here. The biggest problem here isn't even the fact that I broke the chain, and like the chain broke. I mean, it's not great. The biggest problem is the fact this thing has like a 1% spawn rate to begin with. And now I just lost the fucking chain with it. Let me see. I'm trying to think if there's like an easy thing I can target here. I don't know, actually. Do I have any good riding Pokemon out? I didn't put any of my party shit. I should have done that when I was starting up. And yet, for some reason, that didn't, like, actually occur to be something I should have done. Give me a second. I'm looking for, like, a quick, easy riding Pokemon that I can use that can go relatively quickly. I know I have plenty. Let me see. Is this in alphabetical order? I actually only fucked up my... stuff like several times, trying to like organize my stuff, and then all it takes to fuck up your organization is literally one wrong option in the fucking settings, and then next thing you know, it's all fucking sorted by something else, and you can't just undo it. That annoyed me a little bit about this game. Not really a big deal, but still, had that happen more times than I'd like. Right. I last time when I was starting this, actually, I did, like, a bunch of Caterpie, and really, I can get over it. I know I can, like, fly over it, but still, fucking blocking me with a Snorlax right now, let me get by without wasting my time. Go over here and start up and chain really quickly, and then after I get done with this, I can go back and keep trying. So yeah, we talked about the Pokemon Presents thing, I think, on prior stream. It was alright, I enjoyed what I saw enough. It didn't look like there was anything amazing. The new Pokemon Snap thing looked nice, and they announced another Pokemon Presents in like, I don't know, what is it, like a week? Actually, it's less than a week. It's on the 24th, I think. I have to use another lure to get these guys to show up out here so I can chain. Wait. It doesn't matter what Pokemon. I think Ponyta might actually be the quickest. Yeah, there we go. Seriously, this is like the thing that bothers me the most out of this game. It's a small complaint, but still. Who decided that the fucking chain should be this easy to break and the Pokemon should be this difficult to catch? Like, the catching method does not work well. It's fine in handheld mode, but it sucks in docked, and frankly, having a Pokemon break your chain is just... It sucks so much. And it wouldn't even be the biggest deal if it wasn't for the Pokemon that I'm hunting right now, but the fact that I cannot reliably spawn a Kadabra is like, yeah, I have to do this in order to get it to show up again. This is like such a broken system for that stuff, honestly. Good thing I've already got all my 100 captures on that, so I don't have to deal with that trouble. At least I can just get to 31 and I can stop doing it. So there's something I was going to bring up as relating to this Pokemon Presents thing. There's actually two things, but yeah. So, I thought the new Pokemon Snap thing looked neat, but recently something on Reddit, it popped up, and it might just be a placeholder, but like a price was listed on like Best Buy's website for like $60, and I don't think that's gonna be a worthy price, honestly. And don't get me wrong, I loved Pokemon Snap as a kid, and I thought it was great, and it's still a game I really, really hold dear to me. But good God, do I know that that game does not even have like anywhere near enough content to be worth $60. I mean, maybe they'll make the sequel have more stuff. I hope that they're gonna go the $60 route they do. I don't know how many they'll add to it. I think a fair thing would be if they're going to do $60 at minimum, we should have 100 different Pokemon that we can photograph, and at the very least. I'd say if we are being like realistic, considering we've had 8 generations of Pokemon now, and I think we're in the 800s in total, but like, with how many Pokemon there are, I don't think it would be unfair to ask for at least 200 Pokemon we can photograph in the game. And if they're going to do things anywhere near like the first game, like, I don't remember entirely how it was done, but I'm pretty sure not all the Pokemon had their like full evolution lines in the game. I feel like they should bother to, like, if they're gonna put like say a Charizard in again, include Charmander and Charmeleon. I think at the starters there was that in Snap. I think there were a few lines though where it was just one form and not the other, because it was either already evolved or you didn't have anything to do with evolving it. I hope they decide to give us a lot more. There's no excuse for them to be cutting as many corners when they've got as many Pokemon to work with as they do now. It's a little more acceptable with the original because, well, even out of 150, there still were just not a lot they could like keep adding to make it too much content. So I feel like 60 was reasonable back in the day. Especially since you have to like develop like scenarios where these Pokemon will be present. And it makes sense, not just some weird shit. You couldn't have like Blastoise in like a volcano area like how Charmeleon evolved. It'd have to be like thematically good. Okay, let me see. Hitmonchan. Yeah, I had some problems with like shinies in this game before. I think, yeah, most of the ones that have been like really problematic have been the rare Pokemon. I think Even the ones that aren't rare are still a pain in the ass too. I didn't hunt it on stream, but good God, Goldeen made me want to lose my mind on the fucking second time I was shiny hunting it to try and get either another Goldeen or get a Seeking. My first one, I think, came to me in like 3 to 4 hours, so I didn't have like too much struggle with it. It was annoying, but it wasn't that big of a deal. Second one, I needed like 5 days to get this fucking Goldeen. And it's not for any reason other than the way that Goldeen is spawned in this game, and it fucking sucks. There's one spawn area. It's a tiny little pool where you have not a lot of room to move around in, so you have to like very carefully move around the pool. I don't know if it was just I was doing something wrong when I was doing the second time, but when I got it on my like 4th or 5th day, I remember I got my Charizard out and just like hovered over the pond where there was enough room for the Goldeen to spawn. Eventually, it finally showed up. It was agonizing though, because I remember seeing so many other shinies popping up outside the pond, and the first thing that pops up in this stupid pond is it to fucking mock me is a fucking Magikarp, which I've already seen plenty of over my time shiny hunting. Like, I've been come to this pond where literally the only place to get Goldeen in the whole game is just to see a fucking shiny Magikarp. But, whatever. Seriously, if they just add the option to, like, be like, hey, you can save your chain, but it's gonna be like a quick save, something like that. If you could, like, fucking just turn the game off so you can play another game for a while, that would at least alleviate some of the problem. But whatever. Just me ranting right now. There's multiple reasons I returned to this, actually. The biggest one being that I was just angry and I really wanted my Kadabra, and I didn't want to, like, surrender after the last time where I went, like, 4 days, maybe more, I think, of, like, not getting it. That was infuriating. Like, I think the biggest regret I have with this shiny hunt is that, well, it's not even the shiny hunt in particular, it's just in my time playing. I recall I saw like a wild Kadabra and shiny pop up when I was doing another shiny hunt, and I decided to pass it up because I was hunting for something else at the time, I think, so I ignored it and just moved on, because it's a lot easier if you just prioritize what you're actually trying to capture rather than keep wasting time on other targets. So I just let it go. I did not expect it would turn into a serious issue where I would be sitting here waiting days to get a Kadabra. Wait, how many Ponyta do I have? I didn't check my counter. I should have been paying attention. I've been catching them and not eyeballing it. Come on, don't make me wait forever to see another one so I can check the number. Yes, a second to get my Arcanine out. Why am I saying it like that? Yeah, Arcanine, yeah. That way I can go look, see if I can find another Ponyta to bump into. Probably because I don't have any lures on, but I don't want to waste the lures because it takes a while to fucking replace them all. Let me see. If we're in 20 hours, I set up. Nice. I mean, I don't even mind because the fact that I have dedicated myself to the cause of getting a shiny living dex in this game. Is it going to be easy? Fuck no, it isn't. But I'm not about to throw in the towel after I've spent, I think it's well over 1,000 hours in this game by this point, hunting for shinies, and it's not purely shiny hunting, because if I purely shiny hunted, I can't say for certain that I would be directly at actually not, I'm saying like directly done with my living dex, but I can guarantee you I'd probably be like another 10 or 20 shinies higher on my list than I am right now. It's been a mix of me, like, mostly playing, like, online every now and then and shiny hunting, which I've not played the online anymore because I don't think many people actually touch it at this point. And I didn't even fucking check the number shit. I'm, like, a little bit distracted at the moment. That's probably natural, though, since I'm still upset over what happened a minute or two ago. Okay, fuck this. We're gonna get a lure out. I'm not really willing to wait. Worst case scenario, I go grind the Elite Four another time or two off stream, and I go get the max lures replace. That's not really going to take too long to pull off. I doubt I'll end up burning through too many. Actually, my plan for today... Okay, we got 12 of them, so we can get out of here. I need to check that, and I didn't look. I just need 11 to get Kadabra on a higher spawn chance than what it was sitting at. But yeah, my plan for today was to get through, I don't know, 3 hours, I guess, and then stop. I didn't really want to dedicate to a super long session, because I have not been feeling great today. I've been feeling a little bit on the downside, so I decided I'd just say, screw it, I'll do like a short session, and then I'll come back on tomorrow and I'll do a longer session. My biggest concern is realistically my internet. Fucking Snorlax. Just had to spawn here. You know what? Let me check my thing really quick. Yeah, I got Mewtwo in front. Fuck it, I'm gonna kill this fucking Snorlax because otherwise I have to pop out my Charizard every single time I pass the spot. And that's gonna get annoying as fuck if I do that. I might as well just kill it so it'll go off the map. I don't think you can repel it off of the map either. Ugh, God. I know it's for the remake's sake, but I kind of wish you could, like, remove some of these static spawns from the overworld. You only get one of each of the legendaries in terms of static spawns. But no, fucking Snorlax, where you've got the Cerulean Cave and there's a bunch of them spawning, you can't get rid of it, even though you can just as easily get it in a better spot. Like, why would anybody want to shiny hunt the static encounter? It would be absolutely pointless because it's like way too high of a rate compared to doing it the normal way. Okay. I mean, I don't think Snorlax respawned in the spot he was in the original Pokemon, like, Gen 1 games. So, why did they think it was necessary to respawn it in this game when they've already given you a spot where it can respawn at? That doesn't make any sense. Whatever. Oh boy, this is the tedious part, and this was partially why I had caught a Kadabra before the stream started, and then that fucking Kadabra I was already trying to catch had to break my fucking chain and make me redo everything. Ugh, God. If I could just get rid of all these fucking Rattata and all these other spawns I don't want, I could do this, like, significantly quicker. Okay, yeah. Actually, he was talking about that Pokemon Presents and, like, why I went back to this and whatnot, and I got distracted on that from, like, ranting a bit. I apologize. I've been like I said, I've been feeling down. I think part of it's me letting out my frustrations, but yeah. So, something was, like, mentioned, I noticed, like, on the Pokemon Presents, and I also kind of saw this after, like, looking. Masuda had, like, a thing in his office where it was like a bunch of Pokemon lined up and they were all Gen 2 Pokemon. I find that, like, highly suspicious to be, like, just a coincidence. It could be just a coincidence, might end up being nothing at all, but the possibility that there's going to be another Let's Go game, like, in this year even, I'm kind of excited at the possibility of that, like... Here's where this is a little annoying to, like, talk about because of people being assholes. Like, I've had the same issue with, like, somebody on my Discord who tried to make an issue of this. This, like, where I said I didn't like how Sword and Shield cut out a bunch of Pokemon, the decks, it was a problem. I didn't mind this in Let's Go for a very specific reason. Not only is this a Gen 1 remake, it's kind of a really faithful remake of Gen 1, and also, like, it's a good escape for somebody who doesn't really want to get all the way back into Pokemon, but wants to, like, try to just experience a little bit of what they originally loved about Pokemon and play this and enjoy something similar to what they liked when they were younger. Like, I don't see what's wrong with that. A lot of people in the Pokemon fan base were hating on it. I feel like this is a fine game, though, and it's honestly, I feel like it's got a good niche in that area, even though there's quite a lot of people who sold it, and also hasn't sold it and bought it, and I think that's an area that Pokemon Let's Go could continue to occupy if it kept going as like the remakes. I wouldn't be surprised. I actually don't know where I would stand on Gen 4 remakes, actually. I know that they should technically be next in line because Gen 1, 2, and 3 have been all remade, but I don't know. I didn't really care for Gen 4, and like first and foremost, I didn't mind it. I liked Heart Gold and Soul Silver a lot, but Gen 4 was like a gen I just don't have much personal feeling for. I didn't really like a lot of the designs in it a huge amount, and I also, like another thing, I didn't like how a lot of Pokemon were just given pointless evolutions for no reason, and didn't really look great. Like a lot of Gen 1 Pokemon got evolutions. It was like, I don't really see the point of most of these, what I was thinking when I saw it, and I still stand by that to some extent. There's also like the weird pre-evos that didn't need to be added that got added in Gen 4. I don't know. Let's see. Rhydon... Was it Rhydon or... I forget which one's which. The one that... I think Rhydon is like what the original final evolution was. Yeah. Rhydon got an evolution into Rhyperior, which I don't think looks anywhere near as good, being honest. And I feel like Electivire is okay, I guess. I don't find it to be amazing looking. I don't think Electabuzz or Magmar needed evolutions either, though. They were fine. I guess Licky's okay. I don't care too much either way about Lickitung, so I'm fine with it, even though I don't think it was amazing looking. And then Tangrowth, I think Tangela worked better as like a single form Pokemon with no evolution. I'll be honest, I think it was fine without it. I don't know, it didn't really add a lot of stuff I liked. I feel like I'm not going to be caring if there's a Gen 4 remake. And the way they're handling things, I could totally see Let's Go replacing like normal remakes and just being the new trend for Game Freak. It wouldn't exactly be something I'd be upset about either. I would definitely buy one for Gen 2 because Gen 2 is my favorite gen, and I'd probably consider one for Gen 3 since I liked it a lot. To be honest, unless things like really change, which I don't think they will, after this, like after the Crown Tundra DLC comes out, assuming that a second Let's Go game doesn't come out sooner, I'll probably be done with Pokemon as a whole. Maybe I'll stream some of the older stuff, but I'm not gonna buy a Gen 9 for more Dex cuts, and I didn't like the look of Gen 6 or Gen 7 too much in the first place, so I never really bought those when they released, so yeah. And that's the thing that bothers me the most about Gen 8, actually, is that I really do like a lot of the designs a lot, but I absolutely cannot stand Dexit, and it really harmed the image of the game. Like, the backlash says a lot about that. I don't know, I hope they reverse their decision, but I have a feeling they won't. I would have been extremely happy and like more than fine with buying it on day one if they hadn't like cut out so many Pokemon and like hadn't did this decision. Like, add the blue and hid stuff from people, but whatever. Ugh, my nose is acting up, I'm sorry. Give me a second, I need to like actually, I'm gonna check something on my YouTube thing for just a second or two, actually. I might actually put on some new music in a little bit, too, because I feel like I want to have it set up so that I can listen to something else and not hear the same music on repeat while I'm doing this. Yeah, give me a second or two. I just want to do something with YouTube really fast. Hopefully it won't take too long. And oh my god, respawning this Kadabra is taking fucking forever. Okay, I'm gonna have to open up another tab in order to do this, which is annoying, but whatever. There we go. Hold on a second before I do anything else. Okay, back inside the building. That's weird. For some reason, a notification I didn't show up until like a week later on YouTube's thing, unless I'm mistaken. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. Also, thanks to everybody who's subscribed. I really do appreciate it. Give me a second, actually. I'm gonna close this. I just opened up another tab to check on something on the live stream page for a moment or two. Yeah, let's get some different music going in a while. I do this on a lot of shiny hunting streams, and it's mostly just for the sake of, like, keeping things interesting. Otherwise, it gets a little boring and not really as fun. I don't really understand why so many people will, like, watch shiny hunts but not regular gameplay, because I personally find, like, sitting here and going after the same Pokemon over and again to get, like, really old after a while. Hey, Wayne. Welcome to stream. Good to see you. Things have been okay, not great. I've been having issues with my new cat. I don't know why she's been scared of me lately. I don't know why she's acting like I think it's personally she's still kind of wild and not completely tame yet. That's been bothering me. I've been, like, busy with cat things for the past few days and not really streaming, because when I thought about streaming, like, not even streaming today, and I decided I'd do it and just talk regardless of how things go. I'll be honest, this stream start is, like, it's been okay. I'm not going to say my stream is bad, but it has not had a good startup, because I had, like, everything ready, and I started catching, and, like, I caught a Kadabra, and then I started getting a bunch on the stream, and then fucking, like, barely any time in, after, like, over 20 of them, I ended up, like, having one run after I, like, threw a few Pokeballs at it and broke my chain, so here I am trying to fucking respawn this stupid Kadabra again so I can restart from the beginning of the chain, and it's gone absolutely fucking nowhere, and it's, like, getting really annoying. I mean, I was only gonna do, like, 2 to 3 hours today, but I would like to at least get my full chain if I can. How have you guys been doing? Hopefully better than I have. Let me see. There was some news I didn't talk about yet. There was a thing that somebody posted on my Discord. I think it's confirmed already. I'm not certain. There was, like, a thing about a Crash Bandicoot 4 posted. Is that, like, actually been announced, or is that actually, like, not actually confirmed? Like, I've heard potential leaks for it, but I haven't heard, like, if there's, like, any actual solid confirmation that Crash 4 is on the way. It looks good. Oh, okay, if that's real, that's a good sign. I'm surprised. I don't think I see anything from Activision, like, announcing it. Maybe I just need to go look on Twitter later, actually. I haven't bought the... Yeah, see, I haven't really bought the Crash Insane trilogy. I've been waiting for it to go on sale for a price that I'm more comfortable buying. I think I said I was going to buy it around $20 or $15, so eventually I will. On June 22nd. Huh. I thought Activision was, like, publishing it. I thought they had the publishing rights, and Toys for Bob developed it. I know Toys for Bob is in behind, like, all the remakes, actually. I'll probably check it out if it looks good, although the thing I saw, I remember, like, those posted had, like, I think it's PS4 and Xbox One on it, and I am wondering why there's not a Switch version listed. I hope they're not doing the same shit they did with Spyro, where they're waiting on it so that they'll get people to double dip for a Switch port. They don't have the excuse of, like, oh, we didn't have time to develop a new version for the Switch yet. Like, that's not a good excuse this time, because they've had plenty of time to, like, try and work on it. Maybe they Maybe I'm being a little harsh on them, like, I don't know how long this game has been in development for. It's possible after they, like, finished developing Crash, they assumed the Crash Bandicoot Insane trilogy, they had, like, their team split up and, like, immediately working on Crash 4 and the Spyro remakes. I don't know how they handled it in that scenario. Then, yeah, I could see how they may not have had, like, enough staff to get a Switch version up to par with the rest of the versions they were already making, but otherwise it just comes off as like them trying to cash grab off people who won't be getting it until there's a Switch version, or people who'll buy it again when it comes out on Switch anyway. I hope they actually aren't planning that, but I mean, I don't know what to expect, honestly. I kind of hope we get like a Spyro announcement soon as well. I mean, it's just might just be me, but I've always been bigger on Spyro. That's why I was like quick to buy the Reignited trilogy when that came out, and I've got to say, since I never played the originals, playing through Spyro 1 on stream was actually a real treat to do. The only downside to it was the fact there weren't any boss fights, but it still looked and felt gorgeous. Like, playing it was really, really nice. Eventually, we're gonna have to get streams for the other two going. I don't know when. I had another thing Spyro related I wanted to do first, though. It's funny to me how, like, all these devs are doing, like, these big projects, and meanwhile Nintendo's, like, just doing their own thing with their games. I guess that makes sense, though. You still there? Just checking, Wayne. It's not a big deal. I haven't you haven't said anything in some time. Okay, where was I, though? Oh, yeah, Nintendo just, like, released a fucking little jump rope bunny game and, like, released that for free on the eShop, and apparently a lot of people have, like, already downloaded it and, like, reached the goal they were posting, like, which is, like, I think 100 or 200 jumps or something on it. It's, like, I think it's motion controlled, but you can cheese it. I haven't tried it out because I haven't really felt like I've had a good excuse or enough time to really merit downloading it right now. I don't know, if I wasn't like, I wanted to like stream it, even if it's like a little simplistic thing alongside some other stuff, so I figured I'd wait until I have an actual decent moment and put it in like free slots before I decide to try to download it. Okay, welcome back. But yeah, Nintendo's just done their own thing, actually, and it's funny how they just, like, don't really seem to give a shit like what everybody else is doing for games. A lot of game devs have, like, decided to show off their stuff around this, like, summer festival thing that's replacing E3 this year. Meanwhile, Nintendo's just doing whatever, and they just announced the Smash DLC Fighter 6, like the ARMS fighter, would be announced in, like, what is it, 3 days from right now? Yeah, I'm not gonna disagree with you. This year has not been good. I'm willing to cut them a little bit of slack since the virus has messed everything up pretty badly, but there's not been a lot to look forward to. It's been a few game announcements and some DLC mostly. And I don't really think it's fair to completely count the Pokemon announcements as Nintendo stuff. It's actually closer to being second-party stuff, so yeah. I was, like, actually checking, like, all the stuff that's been released this year, and if we're, like, looking at this, like, as like, objectively, like, out of all the stuff that's been, like, brand new for the entire year, it doesn't look good when you, like, check it overall, because first release was that hashtag FE thing. That was a port from the Wii U. Second thing was, well, they had that Mystery Dungeon thing. That's Pokemon Company. I'm not going to talk about Pokemon Company stuff, so whatever. We're talking purely Nintendo right now. And the second thing was actually Animal Crossing. That was their big new game, really. And then after this came Xenoblade remake from the Wii. It's still really nice, but it's a remake, so we're 1 for 1 in terms of new games. And then you could say, well, what about Clubhouse Games? And you look at it, well, don't get me wrong, I really like Clubhouse games. I think it looks really, really good. In fact, I like it a lot, and I've been addicted to it and played it a bunch, but Clubhouse games is a fucking... the way you look at it, it either boils down to a port or a remake. Like, I'm glad they released it on the system regardless, but you can totally look at it and say, like, yeah, this is a remake of the DS game, or even a port, because, well, like, I guess it'd be disingenuous to call it a port, because it seems like they added a lot of new stuff that wasn't completely in the DS version, but you could still mark it off as a remake without being wrong, honestly. It's a good game, but when you check that, our scenario doesn't look good, because that says we're getting 2 new games for the entirety of Nintendo's release schedule at the moment, which would be Animal Crossing and Paper Mario. That's really bad. I'm willing to, like, cut them some slack and count Clubhouse games personally as, like, a new release, but I know there's people who would be willing to say, yeah, Clubhouse games doesn't count, and I can totally see why they would say that. Let me see. Oh yeah, you mentioned Pokemon Snap 2. I think it looks nice. I talked about it a little bit earlier, actually, and the biggest concern I have is there was a placeholder price on Best Buy, probably nothing, but it was listed as like $60, and that's worrying, considering the original Pokemon Snap on N64 was like a 6-hour game, so there wasn't like a lot of content behind it. It ended up being like really, excuse me, something going in my throat kind of weird there for a second. But yeah, the original Pokemon Snap was really short. Unless they do something marginally different, I can't see this game having like a significantly longer length to it, or being extremely, like, justifiable at $60. $40 probably fine, even if it was on the shorter side. I mean, more of the same isn't necessarily bad, but, like, content is actually the biggest problem. Actually, there is something that I can bring up and that I want to bring up regarding, like, the Nintendo stuff that I don't think anybody's been on the stream and heard me talk about this. I've mentioned it a few times, though, or maybe just once. There was something I noticed particularly on Nintendo's, like, big thing recently. I don't really know how else to word this. Like, they have a newsletter they send out every month or so, and that was released, like, not that long ago, and I got, like, one for a bunch of wallpapers. But there was something very particular about this newsletter that stuck out to me, because I went to check it out because I was just curious about it and not really caring too much. Well, the thing about this little thing is, these are all Switch games on this list, but there was one particular thing on this page that stuck out extremely well compared to the rest of the page. You go down the page, you look at all of the releases on it, and then all these games that are Switch games, and there's one game sandwiched in between all these others that is not on Switch. It's Star Fox Zero, just listed on this page. That cannot be a coincidence, I'm convinced at this point. It might be. I mean, they might just be wanting to show all their franchises and give wallpapers for them, but it seems incredibly unlikely when they have a page dedicated entirely to Switch game wallpapers, and then you look at all this and suddenly the last game, the last game's really there, it's like doesn't fit in, is Star Fox Zero. I think somebody at Nintendo who was like working on this, probably some intern, was like preparing this, probably had like a release list of like games that were already on the Switch, and I'm guessing Star Fox Zero is going to get ported to the Switch eventually. Like, they're probably going to end up putting it on the system. Like, I have a feeling somebody saw this on the list without realizing it hadn't released yet, and then put it on the wallpaper, and now Nintendo hasn't done anything to stop it and hasn't, like, taken it down from the page because they don't want to attract attention to the fact they removed their wallpapers page to, like, fix an incorrect listing on there. Because that would probably only get more suspicion if they ended up taking it off the list instead of just, like, leaving it there. So instead, they just have to keep it on the page and hope nobody notices. Like, nobody's brought it up. It could be literally nothing. But I genuinely have a feeling this is probably going to lead to something. It also kind of lines up with the rumors we've been hearing, like, really well this year. There's been, like, a lot of sources listing that well, there's a few rumors going around, and they're, like, apparently, like, by fairly credible sources. The biggest one was the whole thing about the Mario remasters. We don't have any evidence on that yet, though. We know, like, a lot of people have backed it. That same rumor, I'm pretty sure didn't that leak, like, Paper Mario and the Origami King as well? Like, I'm pretty sure that was, like, in the leak, and, like, a lot of people, like, were mentioning, yeah, there's gonna be a new Paper Mario title this year. These same leaks also corroborate that, like, there's gonna be, like, a new Metroid game this year, supposedly. And guess what game just got teased in the Paper Mario trailer? It was Metroid. And could it be, like, nothing? Potentially, but a little odd to just stuff a Metroid teaser and they're not gonna do anything with Metroid. And then that brings me, like, the last thing that I was gonna talk about that, like, it brings up and links the Star Fox Zero thing together. That's the fact that there was, like, so yeah, there was that mention of, like, people saying there's gonna be, like, 2 Wii U ports coming over this year. Nobody's, like, given, like, exact like, games that it would be. A lot of people have suggested Pikmin 3 and Mario 3D World. I personally think the Mario 3D World is likely, but we haven't had any actual evidence to suggest that Pikmin 3 is going to be coming this year. And I could totally see the other port being Star Fox Zero instead, since it's got this, like, wallpaper listing that probably wasn't even intentional on Nintendo's page, and they could have... I think they probably could have picked another franchise that was actually on the Switch to put a wallpaper thing from if they wanted to. If they were just releasing, like, a bunch of wallpapers, but instead it happened to be Star Fox, which seems a little bit too funny to be a coincidence. And there's listing on their Mario 64 Switch on PlayStation. It says $5.95. Yeah, I think I heard about that recently. I'm pretty sure they put, like, a bunch of placeholder or, like, screenshots up that aren't... I think they're just, like, from, like, some mod, actually, so I don't really know if I entirely believe what they're posting is, like, an actual confirmation of this remaster, that the remaster is actually coming. Plus, a lot of people who've, like, talked about the remasters have, like, specifically mentioned when they were bringing this up that the remasters would be in a collection when they released, and it'd be like how All-Stars released with, like, 64 Sunshine and Galaxy being released together, possibly Galaxy 2. The one thing that makes me think that maybe the PlayAsia thing could be real is the fact that Nintendo seems to be very, very greedy when it comes to, like, releasing their remakes. They always opt to release games at, like, full price. They won't really care if it's, like, a shorter game. Like, I genuinely think the Link's Awakening remake should have been cheaper than $60 and only been, like, $40. That would have been a better price point. But they will always release their stuff at, like, $60, despite other companies being willing to put their stuff up for, like, well, like how Activision has done all their remakes at $40, and there's multiple games in those remakes. Like, every other company goes for a cheaper remake, but not Nintendo. Something tells me it's entirely possible that they could just do this with this and release all 3 games all standalone and release them for $60. That would totally be in Nintendo's... That would totally be something Nintendo would do, to just not actually give a shit and release them at a higher price for each game rather than doing a collection. Never fixed the frame rate. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I haven't really seen too many issues with it, but I also haven't really seen the price drop either, and I've not really eager to buy a game that I can beat in like no time at all. Like it's $60, so I'm gonna keep waiting before I decide to maybe dip and go ahead and buy Link's Awakening. I think I'll hold on to my money and try to get myself a discount whenever it eventually goes on sale. Too bad Nintendo doesn't really like to put their stuff on sale very often. Oh man. Let's see here. I'm thinking actually. But yeah, they've been really silent this year. You know what? I think one thing that's like really disappointing, it's not even like the biggest deal, but like what's happened to Smash with the whole coronavirus slowing down their rates for like releasing characters, that's something that's disappointing. I was looking forward to more Smash characters, and I've been enjoying like all the stuff that came out of the first Fighter Pass. The only one I didn't really care for was Byleth, and it kind of bothers me that we're probably only going to see like 1 or 2 characters, maybe 3 this year at the Fighter Pass if we're lucky, since they're slowing things down so much. The way they're like, it was a direct mini, I think, back in the beginning of the year. They actually mentioned that it was going to be an ARMS fighter. Didn't even have a release date yet, and they delayed it into June yet. Like, that's how unconfident they are that they can make release dates happen with the characters, it seems. Like, something tells me if we hadn't had that happen, there wasn't like a problem with the whole pandemic and the virus, we may have gotten it like in as early as like a surprise drop at the end of the direct, or surprise drop at the end of the direct, or potentially even like April release date for the ARMS fighter, and like another character like in the middle of summer possibly, to get like a good kick-started release of like fighters. But now we're looking at a very, very slowed rate of characters, and that's kind of sad to me. I still haven't bought the second Fighter Pass because I am desperately hoping that they'll start showing more characters soon, and that I can like judge off of it. I don't know, maybe I should just go ahead and buy it. I feel like I got my money's worth in the first one. The only fighter I didn't really like was Byleth, and I think actually, aren't they priced at like $5 or $6? So I would have paid basically the same price to get 4 out of 5 fighters if I had bought 4 fighters, not Byleth. Also, the fucking pre-order bonus for the Fighter Pass 2 is completely laughable. Yeah, a Mii Fighter costume, and so yeah, Mii Fighter costume that literally nobody gives a shit about. That's not a good way to try and incentivize people to bother. Hang on a second. I know Piranha Plant came out as like a thing you got for buying the game, but I don't remember. Was Piranha Plant also offered as like a DLC incentive? Like if you bought the Fighter Pass, you got him included for free? I don't remember. Like I don't think if it was, I don't think it was like more than the first fighter. I think it would have been like up until they released Joker and then took the offer away. I'm pretty sure it wasn't done like that, but I can't remember. Like, that's the thing. If they had done something with this Fighter Pass and been like, hey, you can get this new fighter that's like something we made in the meantime that tied you over while we're working on another Fighter Pass, then yeah, I would have been like, sure, I'll pre-order for that. But just a fucking Mii Fighter costume isn't really a very good good way to incentivize you. Sorry, I'm having not the best time with my words right now, I can tell. I haven't played Smash in a long while, actually. I need to get back on it and play it some more. Maybe I'll stream it next time I'm in the mood to play. I don't know. I wouldn't have minded doing it like relatively soon, but I really wanted to get back into this first. Oh, fuck. Is it just me, or, like, I've brought this up before, and I only bring this up now because it's, like, a thing that I feel like is still true. It feels like we don't have enough games to really justify the Switch Online. Like, the stuff we've got is not the best. Smash has really, really laggy online. Same with Mario Maker. Let's see. I think Mario Kart has got, like, there's still people who play it, but it's got less people playing it than before. ARMS obviously doesn't have the same traction either as it did before. There's still, like, quite a few people playing it, but if I had to take a wild guess at how many games are actually benefiting from the Switch Online, I could only say, like, maybe 3 with all certainty, and that's Splatoon, Smash, and Mario Maker. 2 of which have completely awful online, which do not work half the time. You'd think after 3 entries that they could fucking get the online and Smash correct, and it wouldn't be a laggy mess, and yet it still feels like it has, like, a lot of problems. Sometimes I play and it feels like I'm still playing Smash 4 with a lag problem. Like, it feels like the game chokes and lag as bad as Smash 4 did. It's not as bad as Brawl, but still. Ugh. I can't understand Mario Maker, though, I'll be honest. I like Mario Maker as a game. But the online scenario? How did they fuck the netcode up so badly? I refuse to accept that it's hard for them to get things running at an acceptable rate. I think most of their games are running off of peer-to-peer. And I've seen a lot of companies release platforming games, and they have online. Guess what? 99% of those are not laggy. Meanwhile, Mario Maker can't even fucking hold its shit together. I don't understand that. It bothers me, too. It really does. It's whatever, though. You'd think they'd be able to do that much, right? Honestly, the online has not really been great. We could bring up Animal Crossing's online, but Animal Crossing's, like, it's good, but, I mean, you get kind of limited interaction in the online. You get to visit people's islands and check out their stuff and whatnot, and you can even, like, mess around with certain items, but I'm pretty sure you don't really get a lot you can do. I think you can fish and bug cats, and that might actually be, like, the most extent you can really properly get out of it. I mean, sure, they're selling items, but it's the point I'm making is, like, it's fairly limited to what you can do in the normal game. Even Clubhouse Games has lag problems. That does not... I don't know what that says entirely about Nintendo's, like, online development, but how do you fuck up a bunch of board games with online? Like, seriously. How do you manage to be so incompetent with your online service that you can have fucking chess and stuff like Yacht Dice lagging? Because I've been playing it a lot, actually, and you wouldn't think it ever happens at like some of the games I listed, but yeah, I played Yacht Dice earlier because I'm addicted to playing that in Clubhouse games. First time I played it where I've seen the Yacht actually lag on me and not play properly. That was really frustrating. I feel like it's got to be bad coding and programming there. There's no other reason that fucking Clubhouse games should be having lag issues other than Nintendo not, like, doing a very good job with how the online supplemented in the game. Apparently the original Clubhouse games actually has online as well. And I've heard from people before that, funny enough, Clubhouse games on DS actually had less lag than less lag than the Switch version does. That's embarrassing. They should be ashamed that they can't fucking make their online run better than a DS title, for fuck's sake. Oh yeah, let's get to the last bit of the online that's, like, really worth addressing. I don't want to talk about it too much, but, like, what are they? I don't know what they're trying to do with their NES and SNES Online. They added a bunch of games and then they stopped adding stuff regularly, and now they've just been completely ignoring it. How hard is it to keep slapping up, like, another or 2 NES or SNES games every week, for fuck's sake. Like, why do they keep releasing games that nobody gives a shit about? I don't understand that. There are so many games that would be a good thing to put up monthly and increase the value, and they choose to put the weird, obscure shit, and there's not a lot of offerings. Their whole online service needs an overhaul, honestly. It's like Nintendo's fucking stuck in the fucking early 2000s. It doesn't understand how their online works. You know it's bad when one of their fucking executives basically said they didn't want to have their online be the same as like Microsoft's because they didn't want it to be different. That's like, just stop. Nobody gives a shit about if your online's different. Make it good. Oh well. It's whatever. Ugh, there's no changing it. Nintendo's just gonna leave it the same way since there's like enough people that brush it off and don't care and will pay the full 20 for it anyway and buy the online just because they don't really care that it's crappy. It's gonna enable Nintendo to leave the online bad. I think if I have one single hope for the Switch Online this year, which I honestly feel like I might be getting my hopes too high, I am really, really desperately hoping they decide to put up like an... Hold on a second, I need to check on my thing, because this is getting to be annoying how I haven't... Wait, has my lure not been working in-game? Have I not used it? I thought I did. No, I did. Okay. I was gonna say, I was wondering why I haven't run to single Kadabra, and all the time I've been sitting here waiting, which doesn't make any sense. If I had one hope this year, I don't think it'll happen. Nintendo 64 Switch Online. That would actually be potentially something that's a good selling point for the online. That is, if it actually works decently. The only way to play N64 and upward right now online right now is through NetPlay. You could use like Parsec. But if Nintendo gave us an actual like proper solution to playing some of the N64 stuff online, that would actually be good. I'm saying this, watch as if they actually do this and then they fucking slap it on with like 10 games and none of the games they put up actually have like a multiplayer, and other games that have multiplayer are the ones people actually want, and they just put a bunch of shit that nobody cares for on and the Nintendo Switch Online. I could so see that happening. It would just be them wasting away game slots instead of doing something actually cool with it if they did. Like, everybody wants Mario Party Online. I would take it on Nintendo 64 Online to just have an online Mario Party. The old games were really fun anyway. I would be happy to take Mario Party 1 or 2 or even 3 online. I don't think it'll happen though. It'd be nice. Mario Kart 64 could be kind of nice too, but I think it's actually limited to like... Actually, wait. Does Mario Kart 64 support 4-player? I don't actually remember. It's been a long time since I did the multiplayer in it. It's fun, but you can't get more than 2 players. It may not really be an amazing time, and at that point, why not just bother to keep playing Mario Kart 8 instead? Let's see, how many good, like, easy first-party games can they put in the online, actually, that have, like, multiplayer they did? Mario Party is an easy answer, which I still think they're going to ignore. Star Fox also has great online capability for, like, the dogfighting. Let's see, from Star Fox, there's... Okay, I mentioned Mario Party, Star Fox, Mario Kart's possible. Super Smash Bros., the original, would be another thing. I don't know if I'd be able to go back to it, but I mean, having the option would be better than nothing. Here's a pipe dream that I don't think will happen, because I played it on, like, emulation already and, like, streamed some of it. Pokemon Stadium would be nice to see on the online. I feel like Game Freak is, like, completely dropped Pokemon Stadium as a whole and actually will not touch it again, though, so I think it's more than likely that Pokemon Stadium won't get revived, even for a release on N64 Online, possibly. That's assuming they even bother. Knowing Nintendo, they could just sidestep that and never release N64 games on the Switch. Hang on, is my chat still working? Actually, I forgot to check if everything was okay. I should have did it already, but my bad. Okay, seems like it. You know, let's get some more new music going. I think it's worth my time to switch the music out, because I'm actually in the mood to. Also, Jesus, there has not been a single Kadabra spawning out of all this time I've been wasting. I don't know why. This game likes to be cruel. Oh wait, wrong menu. It's the Y button. N64 is dead to you. What do you mean? You don't have any stuff you go back to and play on N64 at all? Right, I think I remember 4. I think I even had that listed just in case I don't. Let me make sure it's fine. I don't know if I saved my settings. Yeah, I think I got it. Okay, there we go. Let me go find some music while I do this then, so we can have something to listen to now that's, like, different. You guys want song requests? Feel free to request stuff. Oops, shit, I accidentally hit the wrong button, so I'm gonna have to... It'll take a little bit. I'll get some music, though. I know what I can listen to. I'm gonna have to unmute my browser since I muted it for a good reason, but I can do that now. Make sure I've got my lure active before I do this. I'm not wasting my time doing this without having any type of stuff going. Okay, there we go. Any second. Yeah, let's listen to this one. Mario Party is some of my favorite music, and I want to listen to that, and I need to unmute my thing because I forgot. Shit. God damn it, my computer keeps giving me an annoying pop-up. It bothers me. It says my Microsoft account. I don't know what it's talking about, and I'm not really concerned about it because nothing's really happened, so I've been just ignoring it. It gets in my way, though. I hate when, like, certain programs on Windows, like, hassle you and continually bother you about shit when you just want to be left alone. That's always been annoying. I had an issue with, like, Malwarebytes doing this, and it wasn't, like, don't get me wrong, I do pay attention to those, but it was literally just Malwarebytes nagging me to install an update. Like, if it was a virus update that was, like, trying to tell me, hey, you need to clean these viruses the software caught, that'd be different, but it wasn't. It was just telling me to update the stuff, and I didn't really want to. God, this music is so goofy. I do like Mario Party, though. This music is great. Shit, man. A little bit on the sad side to think how Mario Party was, like, actually really, really fun, and it's still popular, but, like, Nintendo kind of screwed up the series pretty badly when they made Mario Party 9, and, like, they still haven't got things to an acceptable point where everybody's satisfied with it, and I gotta say, I said it before, Super Mario Party is not really up to snuff with the rest of the series, even though it was an alright game, but it was not that great. Let's see. Let's listen to some more Mario Party music for a little bit. Enjoy the Mario Party music anyway. Oh yeah, this is a good one. I think this is one reason that, like, I hold the Mario Party, like, original trilogy so close to me, is, like, the first 3, God, they have some good soundtracks. All the music is really, really awesome. Especially Mario Party 2. Mario Party 2 has some of the best fucking Mario Party music in the whole series. Probably a good reason this game is, like, re-released and a fan favorite. I don't think I've played Mario Party 2 in ages, actually. Holy shit, I've played Mario Party 3 because somebody on my friends list, like, bothered me to. Are you fucking shitting me? A fucking shiny Raticate pops up before another Kadabra does, and not even a shiny Kadabra I'm looking for yet, because I just want the chain to restart. But I can't get a fucking Kadabra, and the stupid rat shows up still. What the fuck? What is going on with the spawn rate right now? Maybe I should put on a longer song after I do this. We'll do another Mario Party thing, though. Oh yeah, this is decent. This one's a good one. God, this game is... I enjoyed Let's Go, but Jesus, there are definitely a few issues they could have worked on. I still like it, but still. Hold on a second, I'm thinking, actually. Oh yeah! Everyone's asking for GameCube stuff for a long time, like, practically every time Nintendo's had a console with Virtual Console on it, and I hate how it's never happened. Also, fuck, why am I getting dropped frames now? OBS, god damn it, can I not have a day without frame problems? Just for once? Still showing video output low. I apologize. I don't know why my internet's like this. If it's hard to watch, I don't know what to say besides maybe try lowering the volume. I just want to put on music to keep the mood more interesting, and I shouldn't be getting frame issues over that. I'm not sure anything open that I don't need. Oh yeah, there's one program I forgot to close that I can and turn off. Maybe that'll fix it a little bit. Let's see, more music. I need to think. You guys want to make song requests, feel free. I'm trying to, like, decide on what I should do at the moment. Let's do some Zelda music. I'm in the mood to listen to it right now. I haven't listened to any Zelda soundtrack stuff in a while either, so this should actually hit the spot right now. Okay, there we go. Oh, this is a Smash remix. Whatever, that's fine. I'll take it. Funny how all the things I was looking for, I couldn't find the original, just a bunch of remixes and Smash's remix. So I'm curious really fast. How many people here think there's like a possibility of us seeing like Breath of the Wild 2 release this year? I originally, like last year, I had thought there was a high probability that it would be like able to release this year, not like guaranteed, but they've obviously had time to work on the game. They started Breath of the Wild in like, I think it was back in like 2011 or 2012 actually, and I think the game was already confirmed to be like, it finished in like 2016, or maybe it was like early 2017. Like, they've had like several years to be working on Breath of the Wild 2. However, I will say right now, I think because of the fact that they've like switched their priorities thanks to the virus, I don't think it's coming this year. I think there was a possibility, and I think the likelihood of it getting released this year was dropped to like 0% thanks to the coronavirus. Like, what I've seen a lot of people who genuinely believe the game wouldn't have made 2020 as a release date no matter what. I genuinely think that there was some possibility they were pretty far in their development schedule, but there's no way they would do it after this. Oh boy. Actually, what's more likely, and I'm surprised we haven't had any, like, type of news at all on, or, like, haven't even heard anything? I'm gonna switch locations. I need to figure out where the other spawn point is really quick, because I don't remember. I figured maybe if I swap into another area, maybe my potential for Kadabra spawns might go up a little bit. But yeah, I was gonna say, hey, what's more shocking, something that could happen, Mario Odyssey 2, like, Exactly why have we not had any word on it's what I'm wondering. I genuinely believe that they wouldn't need too long to develop a new Mario Odyssey, and I could totally see them getting it ready and like up and running and go within like a release like really soon, and it could have even been released this year, and maybe it still is. Maybe they're waiting it'll be a holiday title, but Mario Odyssey was like such a runaway success, and I'm pretty sure Nintendo's, with the way their teams are structured, Mario being their biggest IP, like, not counting Pokemon, obviously, like, Mario is popular enough and, like, there's enough resources they could dedicate time to a Mario Odyssey 2 and release it this year, literally no problem. I don't know why there hasn't been any, like, word on a Mario Odyssey 2. I feel like it should have been released this year. But hey, whatever. That's just my 2 cents. I'm sorry if the music's too loud. I don't think it should be, but I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. Okay, we're in another spot now, so maybe from here we'll potentially get the spawn for the Kadabra. I don't know. I'm getting a little bit frustrated with the game at the moment, though, if you guys couldn't tell. It's been not the nicest to me in terms of spawns. What the fuck? Why is it that I've been waiting like well over an hour and not even one has spawned? I had a feeling this wouldn't be easy. It wasn't easy the first time either, though. This is going nowhere, though. There's nothing spawning here in this patch of grass, and I've been waiting. Maybe I should... Let me try something. This the worst case scenario, I waste a little bit of supplies, and I'll get ready. I'm probably going to do another game and do Paper Mario tomorrow anyway, so I mean, I can keep rebuilding my supplies, but try to get a spawn to happen. It's literally me picking Kadabra over Abra for the sake of conveniently not having to worry about it running away from me. Like, at least with Abra. And actually, Kadabra, I don't have to worry about Abra just teleporting off the screen and then never showing up again. I'm at a bit of a loss for words right now, though, that it's taking this long. It doesn't make any sense at all. Okay, let's see. What music can we play? You know, I think this will be fitting for right now. Do some ARMS music. I don't think I've actually done that on stream. Maybe I have. Like, I haven't played it or listened to music in it in a while. We've got the DLC for Smash coming up, so I mean, seems like it could be a decent thing to listen to and it'd fit for the moment, so we'll do that. Give me a second. Wow, this spawn rate can seriously go fuck itself, how I'm not getting one Kadabra. There we go. This will be good for right now. It's been a long while since I played it after all. I'm so uncertain what to do at the moment over this stupid spawn. Okay, I've got another thing that's I can bring up really quick. I don't know if there's anything worth talking about. So, I don't know if anybody is actually here to answer, but if they are, then good, this could be a fun topic. That PC gaming event happened like a few days ago. I'm curious, what's everyone's like favorite like PC game series? Like, I'm saying PC game series only because it's like describing as like series that are mostly on PC, but I mean it doesn't have to be an actual PC game series. It could be like any game that's a PC version. I Actually, I don't know what I'd be most interested in playing. I didn't really care for the PC gaming show, but I feel like it'd be fun to talk about this stuff. I really like Valve stuff, though. I know Half-Life Alyx got released, but it also requires VR. Portal's good, too. All of Valve stuff is mostly, like, really good, so I would be down for something like that. I don't know. This is starting to get annoying how I'm, like, wasting all this time with nothing happening. Please, game, help me! One of these days, we'll get around to doing a bunch of Steam games or something on stream. I really want to. I feel like there's potential for a lot, too. Oh, this reminded me. I forgot, because I wasn't even thinking about it, and I mentioned I'd probably stream it, too. That Ninjala game is, like, supposed to release later this month. I know it got delayed. I'm probably going to play that. Listening to this ARMS music reminded me of it, because it's similar and themed in ARMS and Splatoon. Also, I'm excited because I was, like, curious if there would be a story mode, and it looks like somebody's uploaded footage of, like, a potential story mode. If it's, like, even if it's, like, a short one that only costs, like, $10, I would still buy it and probably support that and play through a story mode. I feel like I'd get quite a bit of fun out of that, so, I mean, I can see myself picking up a thing that's free to play, but I mean, if there's a story mode, it's probably going to cost a little bit of money. I can see myself playing that, though. Okay, more music in a second. Oh my god, why can I not get another Kadabra spawn exactly? What am I doing that the game is, like, refusing to give me another spawn for? Let's go back to the spot we were at. If we don't get another Kadabra and get our chain back today, I'm going to take a day to do something else tomorrow, probably, and relax a little bit. That way, I can just, like, be ready before I do this again, because, good lord, I don't think I can force myself back into this and have, like, no breaks if I don't get anything out of it. It would just feel too depressing. Okay, right, I said I was gonna get music. Sorry for the lack of music for so long. I got a little distracted. Let's see here. Well, you do Jump Up Superstar. That's fun to listen to. Yeah, there we go. This should be good. We talked about Mario Odyssey, after all. Might as well listen to it. Really good game, too. I still feel like the performance of this game falls a little flat compared to the other 3D Marios, though. It's not that it's bad, it's definitely a step up from 3D World, in my opinion, after nobody really wanted that. Wait a second, I got distracted when I was talking. Well, whatever, I think we're okay, but yeah. The whole structure of just collecting a bunch of moons and having them just, like, be everywhere, I don't know. It felt like like, the sheer amount of them, and a lot of them felt pointless. It just didn't feel as memorable. I'll take the 120 stars that have meaning to them any day over 800 plus moons with not very much thrill or excitement collecting them. Whenever you get a star in Mario 64, it always feels like it's, like, actually something nice, and, like, it feels like you did something to accomplish that, and not just fucking get a star for just walking over to a spot where it's just hovering there and collecting it. I'm not gonna say they don't have any shitty stars, because God knows, and at least in Mario 64, the coin stars are so fucking pointless, but I mean, that's one of the only things I would really critique in terms of the stars. I noticed a lot of people try to use that as like a point to refute that argument. It's like, yeah, but the number of like moons in Odyssey and the lack of quality don't really bode well for that argument. There's too many of them. God damn it, I want to get the Kadabra just spawned finally so I can fucking restart the chain, and then Rattata have to spawn in front of me. There we go. Finally. This doesn't work out with the Ultra Balls, and it doesn't increase the spawn rate. I'm going to be pissed off. I've been wasting so much time trying to get these guys, and now, finally, I can get some. Okay, game, please stop fucking me over in terms of spawn rates. I still have my Maxler active. I haven't checked that, actually. Oh, here's another thing. Oh, yeah, now when I finally get one, the spawn rate starts back being good. Took fucking long enough. But yeah. Well, there'll be some good crossovers to see that aren't like Smash Bros, obviously, like proper crossovers. Anything you could list you wanted to see. I mean, there are definitely a lot. I'm talking mostly Nintendo, but there's plenty of other stuff that could get good crossovers. There's a lot of crossover superhero movies, I'm pretty sure. Like, I've seen a lot of crossovers for, like, well, the big one I remember is that people talk about, like, Superman versus Batman. Let's see, what else is there that's, like, really well known, actually? I'm sure there was, like, a Spider-Man crossover thing at some point. I don't remember who it was that it was with. Spider-Man, like, Enter the Multiverse was, like, or was it called Spider-Verse? Yeah, that was the Spider-Verse movie was really good. I enjoyed that when I watched it. Speaking of which, I'm thinking about, like, if I get a PS5, yeah, I'm gonna probably check out like PS4 Spider-Man as well as the new one probably over time, so that'll be fun. It'd be nice to see what would happen if they did like a proper crossover with Mario and Sonic and not the fucking Olympic Games shit that nobody cares about. But something tells me that won't happen. Why is it when I looked up Super Mario Odyssey, like, there's a lot of good stuff, but there's also not very many tracks from the game or other Mario games that are, like, listed on the sidebar. It would have been nice if I could have just, like, selected something else, because I already know what I want. I guess I'll search it. Give me a second. One of the better ones, in my opinion. Fossil Falls or the Cascade Kingdom thing. I think this is like the original trailer theme, too. God damn, did it leave a good impression listening to it for the first time. It's just really, really good. Honestly, I could probably listen to, like, the whole soundtrack. I'm not going to do that this stream, obviously. It'd be a major spoiler for anybody who's not played it and not heard the music. They're good, though. Really good. I guess I'm not sure if I had to pick my top 3. Let's see. Probably Cascade Kingdom, Jump Up Superstar, and then, like the one that comes from, yeah, the Steam Gardens, aka the, what was it called again? I remember what they named it, Wood Kingdom. That one had good music too. It also had a neat little stealth-like feel to it, listening to it. That's one area, thankfully, Nintendo's been hard-pressed to fuck up over any of their games, is their music. No matter how dumb the decisions are, usually the music is memorable. God, I could listen to Mario soundtracks all day. Of course, I get one Kadabra or 2 Kadabra, and then after the second one, they stop spawning. but whatever. I can't even name one Mario game that I can think of that has a shitty soundtrack. They're all good. Really good. I mean, there's Yoshi's... yeah, Yoshi's New Island, but that's not really Nintendo... Or, not really Mario, excuse me. I meant to say Mario, not Nintendo. Obviously, it is Nintendo. It's actually sad and disappointing to me that Yoshi's been put through so much in his game series. Fucking terrible games, accompanied by good games, just too many bad games. Oh, god damn it, I was trying to run into it and I accidentally fucking went through the door. At least it wasn't the shiny. Oh good, there's another one. There we go. Finally. I did that other one, I could probably have 4 though, but hey, whatever. I'm curious. I mean, like I said, I think there's nobody here listening right now, unfortunately, but what are, like, you guys' opinion on top 10 videos? If I haven't already brought this up, and even if I have, I mean, whatever. I'm just trying to make some conversation right now. I guess it depends on, and, like, who's making it. They seem like really, really lazy ways to, like, quickly they make a video, and if it's, like, a company that's monetized, obviously they're going to use it to try and get a quick buck out of it. That's something I don't care for too much, honestly. Watch Mojo is like the fucking worst offender in terms of fucking shitty top 10 videos and clickbait. It's like, top 10 games of all time! Super Mario Galaxy! Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time! Let's see if I can think of another one really quick that's like really well... oh yeah, Half-Life 2! Stuff like that where it's like, yeah, go ahead, pick the fucking easiest picks possible. Make your list as boring as you can and, like, attract nobody's attention. The only reason they get so many watches, I would have to assume, is because they fucking clickbait their shit really hard. Really is just a channel. Every time I see a video from Watch Mojo, I just feel like, why am I... like, if I click on it, it's like, why am I watching this? Or if it's not, it's like, who gives a shit? The only good thing that's come out of Watch Mojo is the fucking meme that makes fun of them. Okay, let's get... I almost forgot the music I wanted. There it is. Steam Gardens, that's good. There we go. Turn the music up, though, so I can hear it a little better. Oh yeah, I forgot about this topic, and I forget if it was rumored this year or not, but I wonder if, or you guys think we'll get our, like, a Switch Pro model this year? I would be very happy if we got a Switch Pro that had, like, better performance, and also, not only that, they made it, like, so the Joy-Cons were actually fixed and didn't fucking drift. That'd be a very, very good thing if we got a Switch Pro that actually fixed and improved on the Switch's issues, as well as, like, had, like, more horsepower for games. That would be very nice. I don't think it'll happen anytime soon. I mean, they were rumored around the same time originally, and then Switch Lite got released. It makes sense to only do one revision a year. Realistically, though, that might actually be the main reason I want another Switch, and I'd want to get a Switch remodel, would just be Joy-Cons that actually fucking work. God, thinking of this, like, the new 3DS, that felt like such a fucking waste. It wasn't terrible, but they released, like, a bunch of things that were just not that enticing for it. Like that Xenoblade port that didn't look very good. Also, there was the matter of, let's see, I mentioned the Xenoblade port. They also released, I think Fire Emblem Warriors was on Switch and D3DS only. Like, that was a thing that was, not really great. I believe it was Super Nintendo online game, or not online, I'm used to saying that for, like, Switch stuff, but yeah. SNES games were on there, but not it on main 3DS. I don't think that's too laggy on normal 3DS, but I don't know. I've heard the homebrew community has no problems running SNES games on 3DS. I don't know. I hope I can get something out of this today. I mean, I'm not counting on it. It's hit the 2-hour mark and we haven't got anywhere, but I mean, if we do, that'd be exciting. I'd be very, very grateful, to say the least. Oh yeah, I was gonna say this earlier and I got distracted. Nintendo's new strategy of like, well, it's not really too different. I mean, it's still different, but like their strategy this year for like just revealing games as they're ready and dropping a trailer instead of doing directs is kind of exciting. Because the lack of an E3 direct is kind of lame. Like, knowing we'll get like some trailer drops like Paper Mario did, where we get like info and potentially get to see some cool new stuff come out, like to be released and ready like relatively soon. That's gonna be fun knowing about that. Like when that happens, that's the biggest thing I'm excited about this year for Nintendo. It's not really a big deal. It's like the fact that we might get some good announcements, but the fact they've been so silent does worry me. I mean, they haven't really got a lot this year when you look at it. Like I said, there've been enough things, I guess, released, but it's been a very, very... It feels like a very barren year, to be honest. Also, I'm kind of confused what the fuck has been going on with Atlas, because they imported Persona 4 over to PC, which is fine, but everybody wanted Persona 5, and then they made that fucking poll thing, and people thought it was going to go somewhere. Fucking no, they just used it to gauge for fucking spin-offs. That annoys me. And now they're fucking begging fans to, like, asking fans to beg for a fucking Switch port of the game, and it's like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna lower my dignity just because you wouldn't fucking release a port when people were asking for it. Like, at this point, I think a lot of people have lost goodwill towards them. 2 at once, nice. Hopefully we can get our chain built up real quick now. Let's put us at 10, that's not bad. Should have used the Ultra Balls from the beginning. This is entirely my fault that this ended up me losing the chain, but I genuinely didn't really expect I would need to switch over because I thought the Pokeballs might get the job done. No, that was a dumb decision though. I've never played a Persona game. I've never had the proper platforms for them. Have been any other Personas that have been on Steam, actually? Let me see. I'm curious. Let's just take a look really fast. Okay, I'm seeing, obviously, the Persona 4 Golden is on there. That's something from the PC gaming show. Let's see. What's this? It says Persona 5 and costume DLC. Oh, that's for fucking Sonic Forces. I was wondering what the fuck that was about when I looked. So, it looks like it says Persona 4 on Steam. Just checking. Nothing else shows up. Let me click the page. Maybe there's like a Usually Steam has like a little thing for the devs, so you could see if there's a possibility of like maybe they had potentially put anything else up, but I doubt it. April, like I'm changing my stuff. Give me a second. I don't think there is. Just checking though. It only shows 2 things actually. Huh, interesting. Whatever. Alright, we'll get some more music in a second. I promise, it won't take too long. Maybe I'll play it on stream. I haven't had an option to play a Persona game before, so that would be a good time. At least not anything that's not a spin-off like that Persona Q thing, but I didn't want that. I'm gonna play it, I want to experience the main series. I wouldn't even be surprised if Persona 5 gets like a PC port eventually. Especially after Persona 4 did. It feels really weird though, knowing how many other games have like, not only history of Nintendo, but also have like, pretty much some game on the Switch. And then you have fucking Persona, because I'm pretty sure there's like a Fatal Fury game or something on Switch. Maybe it's King of Fighters for like Terry. And there's also, well, Banjo already had a deep history of Nintendo, so it made sense that he got in. Dragon Quest connected to Nintendo. Obviously, Biota's first party. Then you've got Joker, who's not in, like, cause there's no real game for Joker that's like on the system or on any other Nintendo platform. I think he's in Persona 2 or Persona Q2 or what the fuck it's called, but that's not really exciting. I don't know. I genuinely wish they would have just given us a fucking Persona 5 port on Switch or whatever. What's really dumb though, the fact that I don't mind Persona 5 Scramble, they're releasing that, that's okay. It's apparently a sequel, which is still weird to release a sequel without the original. But like, I don't understand why, for whatever reason, there's literally no like English version released. They're released in Japan. There has not been any type of like, it seems like there isn't any attempt for an English version, like an English release, and I'm sure they could have released it and got plenty on like sales for it. And meanwhile, it's like only available in like Japanese, I think right now. I'm not actually certain. I don't know if I'd get it though. I would probably want to play the original before I jumped into Scramble to see what that is. It's really weird how like they're taking a completely different gameplay approach for a sequel though. Okay, let's talk about like some much awaited like sequels that everybody wants already. This seems like a decent topic. Something I just remember, I don't know why, I think I've been seeing I streamed the game earlier. No Elder Scrolls title in a while, at least not mainline. That's not like how Blades is, like the fucking mobile game. Like, Skyrim has been the last one in so long. It's really weird. I never actually played much of Elder Scrolls. I might stream it and check it out and see what it, if I like it. I played a little bit in my spare time, and I never end up getting hooked enough to actually care. I don't know, it feels weird though. There's been like, what is it, like over 10 years now, maybe, or close to it, since Skyrim released, and nothing for like an Elder Scrolls 6? I don't get that. They could have probably got a lot of sales they made in this, like another one, like relatively soon, but guess not. Whatever. Alright, music, sorry. I'm gonna get another song or two, and then I'm gonna probably change it back to the game's music for at least another 10 or 20 minutes, and then I'll probably leave it on different music for the ending bits. Let's see here. I'm gonna think on this for a second and try to figure out a good one to play. Oh, I know what we can do. This is one I enjoy. We'll just probably select whatever for this point and like keep looking at stuff at here. Why is the shortest result I get for what I'm searching like 13 minutes in length? That's weird. Oh, there's one. I don't even like this SNES Star Fox, and yet this music is a fucking banger. I've always liked Star Fox, though. It's not the first game. I haven't played 2 yet. It's just too rough around the edges. Ugh. Frame rate and the gameplay is, like, so much harder than what I'm used to for the rest of the series. Ooh, actually, I remember now. I don't know why I was, like, struggling to think of any good music from the Star Fox series, but, like, Star Wolf theme is good, too. We can listen to that. God damn. That actually makes me depressed, thinking how we may not see a new one for some time. Made my hunch about Zero's right, then I could totally see Zero releasing with, like, some changes on the Switch. I wish they'd done better with it. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great either. It was kind of A new Star Fox would be nice right about now if they'd actually progressed the story. I honestly wonder, like, after seeing, like, that Starlink thing, like, could Ubisoft make a genuinely good Star Fox experience? I don't know. I've seen a lot of people praise it. I don't think it's that amazing. It's still good, but it's not like it was that great. In fact, I don't feel like it played entirely like Star Fox stuff either, so it just wasn't that interesting to me overall. They did, like, some sort of, like, was it DLC, a free update where they did, like, another thing with the Star Fox stuff, and nobody really gave a shit. Probably for good reason. I always find it weird how Ubisoft ports shit to the Switch, or not ports, but makes shit for the Switch, but they don't really port very much. Same way with the Wii U as well, I think. I mean, there were a few ports on the Wii U. One of the last games I remember releasing on it was the fucking Watch Dogs port that nobody gave a shit about. I wonder what happened to that Steep port they were making. We're hearing about that game and how, like, one of the Olympic game, like Sonic Olympic Games things, like, didn't happen to be released for that because, like, they wanted to do Steep instead, and Ubisoft got, like, the licensing for that. Also, they're going to do a Switch version. It just kind of got canned, and they brought it up eventually. They just kind of seemed to silently cancel it. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. Right, let's get another song. Let's see. Oh, this one's better. Let's see this one, yeah. There we go. God, I miss Star Fox Assault. What a fucking great game. I hear a lot of people rag on this game, too, for some reason. Not very often, but, like, I remember I brought this up when I was playing multiplayer in a game before, and, like, we were talking about Star Fox, and I bring up Assault, like, and they're going, like, hey, oh, Star Fox hasn't added any more good games. This is before Zero, mind you, but, like, what exactly do people have against Assault? I guess the on-foot missions aren't great. The on-foot missions, the biggest problem. The game's a little short, I guess, because it's only got, like, 10 missions, but it just really seems like people want to hate on it. It's not that bad of a game, honestly. I don't know. We definitely could use more games that are fun like that. I wonder how a remaster of Assault would go over with people. That was a fun Star Fox title. I'd play it. They did. I bet we won't see another Star Fox game for like 10 years if they don't release Zero again. Or maybe it won't be that long, but like, I don't see them putting a new one out anytime soon. doing in terms of our number pot? I didn't keep a check on it. God, I wish this game had breeding for the sake of shiny hunting. I hate how they made things harder than necessary. Oh, we're finally back at 21 like we were when we started. That's not exactly a great sign. What do you guys think happened to the mini consoles, like the classics and series Nintendo's doing? Like, what do you think happened to those? I get the feeling that Nintendo didn't want to attempt making a proper, like, yeah, they want to attempt making an N64 classic due to, like, possible emulation issues, and they haven't released one. I mean, they could have very easily, too. I mean, not too easily, but like I said, I'm sure they could get things working somewhat decently, hopefully. It's a lot of Raticate. I have not caught that many Raticate. Whatever, though. Actually, what was I bringing up again? I got distracted for a second. Sorry, I'm definitely scatterbrained right now. Oh yeah, the classics. I could have done a Game Boy one. I think maybe it has to do with the micro, I don't know. I mean, they could have made like a smaller version of the Game Boy Color, just made it like close to the original size, and I think people would have been fine with the Game Boy Color that had like a bunch of old Game Boy games on it as a classic. I would have probably paid for that. It would be nice. I would be very happy with that. Okay. After we do one or two more, we're going to switch it back. I'm going to wait until we get to the 2.5 hour mark. Let's listen to some Ace Attorney music. Of course, I have to search down here because I don't see a quick result. Wow. Maybe if I put the full title, it'll give me something. Whatever, I'm going to keep searching and see if I can find the song I want really quickly. I'm not seeing anything that's short, though. There we go, finally. After searching, it took a while to get a result, but I did. Fuck, this brings back a lot of memories. I would totally be down for another replay of... What? Did I seriously bump the fucking door trying to reach that Kadabra? Yeah. I would totally be down for another Ace Attorney game. Or that I have to play the original sometime soon, even. Those are some fucking awesome games, honestly. Shame it's been so long since... Well, it's not been too long, but yeah, I want to get another one, or even localize the ones that haven't made it outside Japan. Weird how an entire subsection of the series, like that Great Ace Attorney thing, got like completely shoved aside and never got an American release. Like, I think it's time I get off the Arcanine so I can actually walk towards it without problem. Funny, you never expect a game to be about fucking playing as a lawyer to be really fun and, like, actually interesting. Oh, probably one of the more fun visual novel types games out there, or simulator, if you want to call that. I mean, it technically is a lawyer simulator. Not as exciting as it'd be in real life. Or excuse me, more exciting than it'd be in real life. Alright, 2 more songs. These are going to be from Ace Attorney 6. Take a moment to type it out, so just wait here with me. I'm going to get it. Oh gosh, this is so long too. There we go. Fuck yeah, the music in this series is great. This is my favorite remix out of all the tracks in the series I can think of. It just sounds fucking great. Also, that fucking guitar sounds fucking really awesome. Funny, it kind of feels like with Ace Attorney, they like maybe mislabeled the 6th game. I mean, I guess not by much, but it doesn't really have a huge amount to do with Phoenix Wright overall. It feels like it's more geared towards Apollo more than anything. Or maybe they were banking on people buying it because it had Phoenix Wright in the name, which sounds more likely, honestly. By the way, guys, I'm just gonna say this really quickly. If I go off and update and I'm not streaming for a few days and like I don't happen to be around and talking or hanging out too much, it's just don't be surprised. I'm feeling not the best lately. I've been a little bit on the depressed side, and I kind of might need a day or two to flush that out of my system if that'll even help. I've been feeling like my life has been a little bit less than great lately. It might just be me being depressed and nothing, but it really hits hard. Like, the fact that I had to fight myself to stream today worries me a little bit. Okay, finally we're seeing near 31, so close to closing in on the last one we need to finish the chain. Also, as much as I like how the game has overworld shinies, I would be very happy if they made it so that when you like enter a door, didn't immediately despawn every Pokemon. If it had like shinies on the map, it could like preserve them, but I don't think that would happen. It would have been a nice way to handle that problem, though. But whatever. I wonder what all the improvements they're going to make to the if they do make a second game for this. I talked about this Let's Go Johto before. I'm going to feel really, really angry, though, if they leave out breeding in the fucking next one just because they don't want it in a more casual experience. There's nothing wrong with breeding. In fact, breeding is like one of the better things that came to Pokemon, so fucking forcefully removing it, not allowing it in this game was really annoying, actually. Hey, whatever. There's no excuse for the next game, and they better leave the Masuda method in, too. Hopefully it'll be good. Hopefully. There's a little bit to be worried about there. I don't want a remake of Gen 2 that soils everything I love about this. Maybe they'll make some really good improvements, though. When I say that, I mean Gen 2, not it soils Let's Go, because Let's Go is not perfect, I'll be honest. It's got some issues. Okay, let me find what I wanted for music. Of course, I don't see it here unless... There we go. Good track, good track. More Ace Attorney music. Oh, man. I wish they'd release the rest of the Ace Attorney games on Switch, even if it's the 4 through 6. I actually really liked Spirit of Justice. I would totally be down to replaying it again and doing a stream of it even. Really, the only downside is that I already know most of the twists, and it'd be not having the best experience thanks to that, but I mean, other people watching it could actually enjoy it more than I could. Speaking of, like, attorney stuff, though, anybody remember that old cartoon? It was like, what was it, Herbie Birdman or whatever the fuck his name was, Attorney at Law? That was a weird show. I don't see many things that bring up ever about, like, lawyers, but they're always interesting. It's more interesting than watching an actual court cases. I haven't really been to one in person, I don't think, but I mean, watching them on TV, they usually seem really, really boring. Let's see if I can think of more examples than just those two. There's been some Ace Attorney parodies, they're pretty good too. Like Aviary Attorney, I mean, it's very similar. Oh yeah, Danganronpa, I think I said that right, that name for that series is fucking weird. I've never played one, I've seen like a lot of like what's in them though, and I actually wouldn't mind checking that out sometime. It seems somewhat similar to how Ace Attorney is, so that might be something to consider for the future. I know it's on Steam, at least I know one of them is for certain. I don't know how many of them are, all of them are or not actually. I was going to bring up something regarding this, and I forgot what it was now. Shit. Well, whatever. Alright, let's get the music back on normally, I think, unless... Oh, we got like 3 minutes until I hit the 2.5 hour mark, and that was going to be my original goal for putting the music back to normal, so... Might as well do one more song, actually. I know what I'll do for right now. I've listened to this plenty of times on the stream, so why not? Any second. There we go. Yoshi's Island music, always a treat to listen to. Oh man, I wonder if there's ever going to be a Yoshi game that ever managed to surpass Island in terms of like how good it is. Woolly World was really good and felt like an Island too properly, and yet didn't quite happen to be as good. I'd have my like thoughts that I like think maybe they could make another one that has the same nice looking hand-drawn style and has the same like comfy feel that the original did, but I kind of worry they might fuck it up if they did make another one. Yoshi's Island DS was fun. Yoshi's New Island, on the other hand, was kind of atrocious. Ugh. Maybe one day we'll get a direct sequel that'll be really good. Hopefully. As long as they don't try to remake the original and end up ruining it like they did in New Island, then that'd be fine. Because that fucking game is total trash. Funny, as much as I like 3DS's library, it's weird, like most of the stuff that stands out to me is the really terrible garbage that nobody likes on the system. Like, for example, I just listed Yoshi's New Island, not very good at all. Also, let's see, what was that even mentioning? I had something else on the top of my tongue and I just forgot what it was, actually. Goddamn, why do I always have these problems where I struggle when I want to mention something? Oh yeah, Paper Mario Sticker Star. And then, This one will probably cause a little bit of debate, but Metroid Prime Federation Force, I'll be honest, I do not think that game is good. I think that game was kind of lame, so yeah, I don't see myself caring about that ever. I tried the demo and didn't like it. A lot of people try to defend it. Okay, we'll get our music back after I do this really quick, because I mean, it's about the 3-hour mark. Let me check on my OBS and see if we've had too many frame issues while I'm doing this. There we go. Now, not just the one time, thankfully. Ugh. Still bothers me a lot. I hate when ISPs pull this shit. You live in a small city and can't get very good internet, or they don't give you a very good connection to the internet. That is absolutely lame. I know bigger streamers, they can obviously get more pull, but I'm not that big. In fact, I'm not that many people watching me, period. It sucks knowing everyday average people just get screwed over like this. Isn't fiber optics really popular? I'm pretty sure that's very, very high-speed internet. I would actually love to check that out. Hi there, welcome to the stream. Yonda Knuckles. Well, it's in the title. It says right there, Shiny Hunting Kadabra. Welcome nonetheless, though. Been doing this for a while. I'll be busy on this for another 30-ish minutes, I guess. Let me check my time really quick. Yeah, it's gonna be another 30 minutes. Yeah, welcome. That's weird. Actually, I don't know if he's still here or not. If not a big deal. I don't really know why so many people drop by the stream and then just leave immediately after one message. Don't get me wrong. It's not really the biggest deal to me, but why not just hang around and try to conversate a little bit instead of just leaving immediately? I don't get why people don't give streams a chance and that happens. Why drop by and leave the chat without any reason? That doesn't make sense to me at all. It just feels like if you're gonna do that, I mean, why bother commenting if you're not gonna hang around for a little while? Okay, I accidentally caught a normal without paying attention because I didn't really need it, but whatever. I'll try to check carefully for where the next one is, and hopefully we'll get a shiny soon. We haven't had any luck, though. I'm starting to hate this hunt, though, since how last time went, and how today hasn't gone the greatest either, since I had that fucking scenario where a bunch of Kadabra ran away. Not really a bunch, but the one I just originally working with, the chain I had, all those Kadabra, they got broken because one Kadabra got away from me. That annoys me to no end. That was stupid irritating. And the last time I shiny hunted this, oh my god, everything but the fucking legendaries and Kadabra and Abra must have showed up shiny. That pisses me off so much. That didn't even make any sense. I hope it doesn't happen again. How the fuck does everything but the target, the one thing that's supposed to be spawning the most, happen to be shiny? That really didn't make any sense at all. Do I have my lure active? I should. I mean, we're only getting 3 though for some reason. Usually there should be 4. Unless it's just delayed. That Rattata took a while to show up on the map. Whatever. Let's just continue. I feel a little bit tired, actually. I'm gonna keep going for another 30 still, or at least close to it, but like I said earlier, I have had a really rough past few days, or past few nights, really. Past few days haven't been super easy on me either, but my sleeping has been all fucked up where I couldn't sleep very well. I think I got like 4 hours of sleep most, and the most like last few nights. If even that. Cat problems of me needing to go to the bathroom and just not being able to fall back asleep. Ugh. I haven't found any normal sleeping medication that's like not prescribed as like a good way to help me sleep. I don't think I've ever tried melatonin though. Maybe I'll try it and see if it actually helps me sleep. Might not be a bad idea. Hold on a second. Let me check something while I'm doing this. I am like really bad about looking up specific like wait, I'm really bad at looking up specific, what's the word? I guess medicine, pills, whatever. Yeah, looking up specific things that I can get that I can like use for helping out like different allergy medication or whatever. Yeah, different medications. That should be what I've said, but I didn't. I had a bit of a brain fart there. Let's see. Maybe I'll try it. I don't think I ever bought any of it. I think I've tried a few different sleep medications. That's how the one I had months ago, which kind of hard to get another prescription when doctor's offices are closed. But yeah, I remember like I took that and that helped. And I tried NyQuil, ZZ Cool, or what the heck they called it, and anything else I remember trying. I used to take Benadryl a lot because it helped me with my allergies, and like I'd take it to give me a little drowsy at nighttime too, since it helped with my allergies and helped me get ready to go to sleep. So actually kind of useful in both accounts there. Doesn't really seem to be, it doesn't really work on me though, the sleeping part anymore though. It's like it just wore off. Oh man. I'm just lost in thought at the moment, so don't mind me. I think tomorrow's session, hopefully it'll be fun. I don't know how it'll go. It'll be like significantly longer if I don't get this, which I'm expecting no, since I've got like 20 minutes left and nothing's happened. Yeah, I think tomorrow's session, if I have to do this still, I'll do like at least 5 or 6 hours, maybe up to like 12 hours if I end up not getting anything, and just see if that potentially helps me with the spawn rate. I don't know. Actually, I need to get up for a second in just a moment. I'll wait until we hit 2 hours 40 minutes, because it's not really gonna be too big of a deal at this point, but like I do need to go check on how my cat is, make sure everything's okay with her. Make sure she's feeling fine. Just want to check on her, not really like super concerned, but I do want to take like a little bit of a BRB actually. So I'll probably do that, and then after I'm done with that BRB, we'll spend our last 15 or so minutes doing what we need to do and trying to get something. If not, we'll be ready to go tomorrow. Having a cat after having so many dogs is not an easy experience, and I hope it goes well. Last time didn't, maybe this time will be different. I still miss my dog a lot. I was heartbroken the day she died. That happened like quite a few years ago, I guess. Well, 2018, I guess. Yeah. It still hurts. You'd think you'd forget after a while. I don't know if it's because I just like really cared about her or what. I feel sad that she's gone though. Really sad. My relation with my cat is still developing. Still still miss my dog an awful lot, and I feel like my cat fights with me a lot, or at least tries to, or at least well, it doesn't really fight with me necessarily, but it definitely makes me feel a little bit sad. It feels like I don't know if I'm doing a good enough job for it, since it's been running sometimes, even though I haven't been doing anything to it, really. I thought about asking maybe if I can get a second cat. I wonder if that might be too much to handle, though. Like another cat, that way when if I did, like, I could maybe overcome that a little bit, and a second cat would actually possibly make it so that they're not only, like, one's not only, like, lonely, but also potentially fix some of the behavior problems. I've heard that, like, having two cats actually causes them to, like, teach each other better not to, like, bite and scratch so much, and their socialization goes along a lot smoother if there's two of them. Let me read something really quick and just check on something. Hmm. 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 Still nothing? Oh boy. Yeah, I think I'm actually asking my landlord about that. Maybe that'll help me with my situation. See if I can get Cat to help with the other cat. It's weird how cats can sometimes be, like, really prone to being very violent. Not all the time, but, like, they do not handle... Like, when they get angry at something, they are quick to just attack and not even give you a second to, like, think about what you're doing. You just get bit or scratched, and it's like, please stop. Heard like, not stopping cat biting when they're young, like, causes, like, a lot of problems, or they do it when they're adults, and, like, it's near impossible to break the behavior. It hurts. I don't want that out of any cat, though. Ooh, I don't want to have to deal with the batting and the bad biting. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. Quick little BRB, actually, and then we'll be back in a little bit, and this way I can, like, take a little bit of time to go take care of some stuff really quick. Check on my cat, too. I'll be back in a few minutes. See you guys in a bit. I'm almost done. I just need another minute or two. I'd take the BRB down really quickly to say that. I just need another drink, and maybe I'll need 2-3 minutes maximum. I'll be back in just a tiny bit more. Sorry about the wait, guys. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about the wait. I actually was getting a snack and I wanted to get something to drink and I forgot when I was going to get it, so went back and grabbed the water so I wouldn't be thirsty. I've not been drinking as much as I'd like. Good stuff. Honestly, it's weird. I used to drink a lot of soda and a lot of other stuff, and I still drink like some stuff like, say, milk every now and then, but I've pretty much put myself in the frame where I'm used to only drinking water now. I don't really care about switching it up too much and doing anything different. I think I've had like an actual problem with like I think it's a urinary infection or whatever, like when I drank too much soda when I was younger, even though I didn't drink it like super commonly, and ever since then I've been like really careful. I do like water though. Honestly, like good cold water can honestly really hit the spot at certain points and be exactly what you need to feel better. Oops, I was trying to get it to 0 and I accidentally hit the wrong thing. Here we go. Now I can get some more music going for the last 5-ish minutes. Oops, meaning to use this. I didn't. Hold on a second. I should have I took my glasses off and didn't put them back on. There we go. As I say, I might have missed something. I didn't think so. I think I'd noticed the sparkles. They're hard to miss. Yeah, I haven't missed anything. I know there's a Eradicate, but I already have Eradicate. I don't want to waste my thing over something I've already got. Let's try respawning them like this then. Surprisingly, this one there's many live streams like people going after it and I only have like my stream shows up surprisingly. That's a shock. Didn't really go anywhere when I tried it though. Huh. That's a surprise. Yeah, okay. I need to get some music. Sorry, I've been looking for stuff and I didn't actually pay attention. So let's get some music now. Let's see, what should we do for the moment? Yeah, I got some stuff I want to listen to. I wasn't going to, but I'll do it. Fuck it, I'm gonna listen to this. One of my favorites. Oh, right, my music may be muted. 1 second. There we go. That's much better. Might need to lower it a little bit. Whew-wee. If I could say, I talked about HD remakes, I really do hope this series eventually gets remakes or remasters. Make them all look gorgeous as Pikmin 3 does. Wouldn't mind the new game either. There are a lot of things that could be refreshed though with new stuff in it. A lot of new older IP that could be utilized. I wonder how many IPs are back from like the SNES or NES days that are just sitting around, never to be used again. Or even like newer, I say newer, but like actually IPs that just died in general. After Kojima left like Konami, we haven't seen another Metal Gear game, I'm pretty sure. I don't think any of like Konami's like most noteworthy stuff is still around, or at least if it is in like very good shape. Apparently that like the most recent Castlevania was like a fucking mobile game, which nobody really asked for. Also, Metal Gear Survive, who could forget that? That was like such a fucking garbage-looking game that Konami released. I don't know if it was intentionally... Like, I remember Donkey made a video on it, making fun of it and mocking it, and I don't even know if that was actually them trying to say the series is dead or what. I couldn't actually tell, but that was such a weird thing that got released, and nobody gave a shit for good reason. Oh my. I swear, it feels like a lot of companies like have like somewhat like lost their touch to their games over time. For a while, Capcom wasn't handling Mega Man the best. I mean, it's been fine now. Like Mega Man 11 was really good, and the collections are nice too. But I recall hearing about how like there was a point where Mega Man was hitting a really rough spot. Like the X series was not the best overall. And I played like pretty much all the games, not all on stream yet, because I want to play X3 on stream, but from what I have seen, that statement is pretty much true. Let me see. Ooh, this one's good. Listen to this. One of my favorite Pikmin 2 tracks. I think I heard my cat outside. She's probably upset with me because I moved her out of the room. I think I mentioned it. I was getting sick of like having sleeping issues, and that was mostly the reason I moved her stuff, but also just the fact that, I don't know, I wanted her to try and relax around me still, and since she wasn't relaxing and was still running from me, I decided to move her and like give her space so that her stuff would be in the living room, and she could have the ability to see me when I come out in the living room, and then maybe that'd make her feel a little less scared. I don't know, I'm just thinking like what could be causing it. Cats are definitely weird. Not bad, just weird. I don't know. I wonder if I might actually not be the best person to raise a cat, though. I might actually just be better off sticking to dogs. My patience is not as good as it could be. I don't know. If things don't work out, I'll get a puppy. I don't want to really have that happen, though. I prefer if this cat started to be... Like, hopefully this cat will grow out of it and start interacting with me more again. She's young, she got taken from her mom, and she was still a little wild, so I think her adjustment to a house is probably not the easiest, so that's probably part of it, too. Oh, man. It's funny, actually, it's not really bad, and I'm glad it's not the case with, like, dogs don't really seem to care when they're taken from their parent. At least they don't really act like they care. They're always super friendly and super loving, and it's always nice to have a puppy. They always end up showering you in affection and end up your best friend. Pretty much how things turned out with my last dog. I don't know what exactly, like, I think I heard about, like, some of the taming process and, like, how things went with dogs, but, like, yeah, it's hard to imagine, like, what we did so right, but we really got an amazing animal out of dogs. Truly, man's best friend. They care about us a lot, and it shows. They're always really, really nice to us, and they're always our best friends. They'll snuggle up, and they'll care for you when you're hurting emotionally. They'll just be there for you when you need love. They're like, you want to do something with them, they'll usually do it, and if you just want to cuddle with them, that works too. There's a lot of things you can do with the dog, and they're fun. They're good creatures. I'm glad that, like, out of all the dogs I own, I'm really glad when I get to own a dog. They're usually unconditionally loving animals, and they're the best. I genuinely like dogs a lot. I would mind getting a dog as well as a cat, but I also don't feel like I want to. Like, I don't know if I could, and besides that, I mean, there's the matter that even if I did get a dog, then there's the other problem of me trying to go through one major issue, which is, well, cleaning up the dog. If the dog would be a problem, I'd have to, like, house train it, but also it'd be the matter of if I did get one, I was able to get a dog and a cat, I'd have to keep them in the same apartment, and I don't know how all that'd go over. I mean, I've seen people who've raised dogs and cats together, and it works out, I guess, but I don't know if I'd want to go through that or not. Let's try like 2 to 3 more times, then we're not getting any Kadabra, then we're done for tonight, and we'll try again tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have some luck soon. Even if not tonight. I think there's only one thing that would make me, like, extremely happy right now about this and, like, make up for the way the last hunt went, which would be if I got a legendary bird that was shiny in the sky. Like, I've seen some people have that in their stuff, but that's, like, so incredibly rare. Like, I think I've seen, like, mostly Zapdos, even though it's, like, not very easy to notice it. Never happened in my game. Apparently there's only, like, 2 to 3 sightings of Moltres, and there's been a few Articuno sightings. Considering how things have gone with my shiny hunts, I wouldn't even be surprised if I ended up having such bad luck that I got a legendary first, but I'd be greatly, or it's not great, but I'd be very, very grateful and take it if I did, instead of trying to hold off until a Kadabra spawned. Something tells me that will never happen, though. I don't get why they added them unless it's just to, like, have an excuse to try and catch them once the game's over, but, like, even then, like, you've already got the static encounter, then I don't get it. Like, their spawn rate doesn't increase when you capture them. They don't have, like, increased spawns for having 31, or they have the increased shiny rate, but they're still, like, stupid rare, so I don't really get what the point is, unless they just really want to give people a chance to make it up, or maybe they want to give people option to get a second one, but there's not really a lot of reason to. Okay, I'm gonna go in here, spawn this, I'll do that, and then I'll do this one, and I think I might be doing one more after this, and that'll be the last time I enter the door and leave it for the night. Still nothing, huh? I would have done more. There's a lot of reasons why, though, like, the biggest one being the obvious reason that I do not have the patience to sit here all night at the moment, and I had to go through a lot to get the 31 chains, so I think this is where we are pretty much ready to stop tonight. And one more just for good luck. If I can get through the fucking door, that is, instead of getting fucking blocked off by a Porygon. Alright, let's see what happens here. I'm done for tonight. Pretty much. Nothing. Okay. It's fine. We'll stop it here. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Maybe not the best in the world. It wasn't terrible, I feel like, but it went okay. Anyway, I'll be stopping here. Like I said, thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. And I'll see you guys again probably tomorrow with more of this. Take care. Have a good night. Bye, everybody. See ya.